Tuskegee fans, get ready. The hard-hitting action of Golden Tigers football is back as the winningest HBCU football program in the nation. All eyes are on the Golden Tigers in the 2024 football season with over a nation-leading 714 wins. 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles. The Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the crowded Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron, from every play to every touchdown. GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football, and our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter, and Double S, Simone Stanley.
And welcome, everybody. We're live on the Golden Tiger Sports Network down in Jacksonville, Florida, on the campus of Edward Waters University at the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Just getting set to get things started, but in order to honor the country first, they're playing the national anthem at midfield. We'll step out for that and back with a preview of this ball game.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go to you.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Fans, mark your calendars for a monumental event. Tuskegee University will celebrate the 100th homecoming this year on November 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Golden Tigers fans, don't forget to come out to the Aaron James Coaches Show, live every Monday at 6 p.m. at Vibes Restaurant and Lounge. Join us for an evening of exciting football insight from Tuskegee head coach Aaron James and play-by-play announcer Charles Ward with special guests. Come enjoy great food, drinks, and an inside look at all the action from the gridiron. Be part of the conversation and show your support for our Golden Tigers.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
On the season, Edward Waters coming into tonight's game having lost 3 games in a row. So somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose.
Well, you talk about control, playing that, being the authors of that song. Tuskegee well in control last weekend in a ball game that they dropped to the Tigers of Savannah State 20-16 in a contest that they led in almost every statistical category and for most of the ball game, but yet not able to seal the deal.
And as you mentioned, the Tuskegee offense started to find some groove. They generated over 393 total yards last week, only to be undone by its special teams. So Tuskegee, having felt that they should have had a win last week, comes into today very focused.
And you talk about a team in the Tigers of Edward Waters. They come off a disappointing loss to the Tigers of Benedict College. They lost that one on the last play of the ball game.
And I had a chance to look at that game. It was broadcast. It was a very sloppy game. So Tuskegee has the opportunity this afternoon to say, if we can play a disciplined game, let's see if we can hold our own mental mistakes to a minimum.
We're live in the Booster Displays pregame show here at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium on the campus of Edward Waters University. This facility, otherwise known as the Jungle, and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trying to enter into the Jungle here to get their first win of the season. Mark, as we talk about this football game, let's go into our Wind Creek Casino play keys of the game.
Keys to the game for Tuskegee first, defense. Their defense, since the second half of the Grambling game on the road, has really started to find its personality. If there is any key, they want to be able to slow down this very potent passing attack of Edward Waters.
Tuskegee off a strong defensive performance, as you referenced, trying to carry that over into this ball game and see if that won't be a difference maker in this ball game. Noted in the ball game against Savannah State, they came away with their first interception of the season. So that defense seemingly starting to get the rhythm.
And by contrast, Charles, on the other side of the ball, the Tuskegee offense has continued to grow, even despite shuttling two quarterbacks. Last week, they had combined 289 yards passing. So it'll be interesting to see if the passing game for Tuskegee can keep the momentum that they built last week against Savannah State.
Captains for Tuskegee getting set to go to this middle of the field for the coin toss with the Tigers of Edward Waters. Tuskegee 0-3 and 0-1 in SIAC play. Predicted to finish fourth in preseason. And for the Tigers of Edward Waters, they are 1-3 overall and 1-1 in the SIAC. They were predicted to finish sixth.
Forget the predictions for a second.
Sure.
This is strange territory for Tuskegee, period. Through the last 2 decades, Tuskegee has always been at the top of the SIAC, either in the first through third spot. But Tuskegee, to be in this position, trying to go after its first win, they've got to be feeling, this is not us. Let's go out and show the people that are watching us, our loyal followers, our brand of football.
Indeed. Mounting pressure on the players, obviously, and the coaching staff as well, because most of those coaches are new, but really trying to put their footprint on a program, as you referenced, that comes with a real storied history at Tuskegee.
Well, speaking of pressure on down to the gym at the hotel that we're staying at and get a workout. I mean, so you could tell that he was in his private space just trying to clear his mind and get ready for this afternoon's game.
Yeah, we're staying at that golf resort just south of Florida. Very pristine environment down there. Good chance to clear your head just based upon that environment. And Coach James taking full advantage of that. We'll see if that transfers to the field this afternoon. Take a look at TNT Fireworks starting lineups for the Golden Tigers up Tuskegee. Up front, it'll be the tight end, Johnny Gilbert. Left right. A big change for Tuskegee. LeBron Merriweather going to go at center this and move over from the right guard spot. And it'll be Brandon Arrington, his first start for the Golden Tigers at right guard. And at Elliott Howell, the right tackle for the Golden Tigers. Wide out core for the Golden Tigers. Kuvon Beckford, the redshirt senior. Rodriguez McGee and Reggie Brigman. Brigman really coming into his zone for Tuskegee over the last couple of ball games. 6 catches in the win or the loss last weekend to Savannah State. Backfield, it'll be Raquan Bill getting the start at quarterback, we believe, but we'll see as Christopher Robertson is just as able to go at start at quarterback. We'll see once the offense lines up, and it'll be Johnny Morris, the returning starter from a year ago, in at running back. But also expect to see Desmond Leverett in that backfield as well. Leverett with a good performance last weekend. For the Tigers of Savannah State, it'll be Pettigrew, Roberts, and And at the corners, it'll be David Law Mortimer and Demonte Howard at the corners. Linebacking core, Webb, Jackson, and Maben. Free safety is a Kenan Rogers and Luther Johnson, the strong four of Savannah State. Those are your TNT Fireworks starting lineups for the ball game.
Speaking of for Tuskegee, Charles, senior Sean Stitton will make his 33rd on the offensive line for Tuskegee over the past 4 seasons. And one thing I did realize, I went down on the field before game. Sean Stitton is a lot bigger in uniform than he was at media day.
Sure. I saw him at the hotel last night, and boy, he took up a lot of space in the hallway. Right?
He's one of those players that when you reach out to shake his hand, you got to make sure you have that grip ready.
And steady on your feet, too, right? To snatch you right off of them. The officiating crew for this afternoon's ball game. We're on a Sunday afternoon. A beautiful day here in Jacksonville, Florida. Haley Sellers is the referee for the ball game. Nicholas Bain, the umpire. Center judge is Benjamin Smith. Line judge is Wesley Grayson. Head judge Van Phillips. Field judge is Corey Jones. Side judge is Brian Davis. And the back judge is Terry Henn.
And since we are in Jacksonville, Florida, check the weather pregame. It's predicted to be somewhere between 85 and 90 degrees at kickoff. Now, the real field is slightly higher. We're playing on artificial turf, which does heat up a little bit more than grass. It'll be something to keep an eye on. So far this afternoon, we have overcast skies. Let's hope that the cloud cover stays here.
Indeed. And in an area that kind of was bypassed by Helene in terms of that bad weather. Beautiful here in Jacksonville, but on our way down, we did see a lot of bad weather and the results of that bad weather on our way down. But a pristine day here in Jacksonville. Tuskegee will be on defense first. They lost the toss or deferred to the defense on the coin toss.
But thankfully, Tuskegee is in the white jerseys with the red numerals.
And we're a lot closer as well. So Tuskegee in the crimson trunks, white jerseys, crimson numerals outlined in gold. And it'll be Lorcan and Ryans to get us going. And Ryans pushes one down to the 6-yard line. It'll be fielded by the Tigers there. They'll slide it left side, looking for some space on a return for Edward Waters is Brady Tillman. And Tillman's wrapped up near the 17-yard line.
Charles, you know we have a family-oriented broadcast. I had the opportunity to go down on the field as players were warming up. And I wish I could repeat some of the language that was being used as Tuskegee was warming up, but I cannot. But let's just say they're ready to play.
I got you. Yeah. They actually got that football up to the 25-yard line is where Edward Waters will start on offense. It'll be Keith Moore the second, the quarterback for the Tigers. Moore 13 of 18 last weekend for 201 yards against Benedict. Tuskegee 4 in the box on this first play from scrimmage. On the ground, bouncing into the hole and bounced right out of there. Tuskegee closing that hold up pretty quickly on a run play right side. Carry that time for the Tigers. It was Sartorius Thomas. Thomas, the sophomore from Gadsden County, Florida. Actually lost a yard on that play. So 2nd down and 11 now for Savannah, the Tigers of Edward Waters. Moore shows pistol set. They bring a man in motion. They'll give it to him headed right side. Tuskegee play well, and guess who? Rossi Grimes. Open field tackle there behind the line of scrimmage.
The coaches for Edward Waters were not very forthcoming on information about quarterback Keith Moore II. They described him as being very accurate. He's a runner and passer. We'll keep an eye on number 11.
Grimes with that stop. Grimes 14th in the nation in solo tackles coming into today, or in the nation in overall tackles coming into today's play. His first stop on that play. 3rd down here for Edward Waters. Dropping into Moore, throws, and that one's batted around and almost incomplete. Good coverage out there by Malik Moore for Tuskegee.
For those of you just tuning in for the first time, Malik Moore for Tuskegee, linebacker, 6'1", 200. He's a junior, and that's a name that you may hear frequently this afternoon.
Moore making his 25th consecutive start with at least one tackle in those ball games for Tuskegee. So such an instrumental part of that defense for Tuskegee.
Tuskegee getting exactly what they wanted on this first drive by Edward Waters. A quick stand by the defense and should have decent field position on this next exchange.
Riley Williams, the grad student, will punt it away for the Tigers. Smith stands deep, got it to float in the air. Smith going to field this one, coming up near the 37, fills it there in his tracks. Tripped up a little bit, keeps his balance though. Now fights through one tackler behind the four. He goes, and Smith gets it up near the 45-yard line.
Justin Smith for Tuskegee was making that reception of the punt on the run, caught it in his hands, turned to the far sideline, picked up another 10 yards, and a great run after catch.
So the sophomore from Orlando Stith with a good return for Tuskegee to get this first drive started at a good spot on the field when that offense comes out.
Player down for Edward Waters at about the 30-yard line. It appears to be number 14, Shamar Zaranga.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 51.
Boy, that'll help.
50-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down.
Tuskegee going to get the benefit of the first penalty of the ball game going against the Tigers of Edward Waters. So we'll see where this football is finally marked after the good return by Stith.
They're marking it.
Going against Tuskegee, but he showed the other way. I think they're on the same page now. The referee was saying, no, back the other way.
A little bit of confusion on the field, but forgive us for any confusion between describing the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the Orange and Purple Tigers of Edward Waters.
Yeah, we can't do colors on radio, so maybe we'll just do some abbreviations. How about EWU?
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 51. Receiving team.
Oh, boy.
50-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down. Tuskegee.
So referee Keely Sellers trying to get his wits about him. The initial call by Sellers was that the assessment was against Edward Waters. Now they say the assessment was the personal Tuskegee, and I believe it was Tamarcus Grayson that was guilty of that personal foul. So Tuskegee, instead of cross midfield, now push back to their own 26-yard line. Raquan Bill, the junior, at quarterback. Stith slides up right. Tuskegee going right to left. They're going right out there that way, but the pass underthrown, trying to get it in the hands of Brickman to get him started where he picked off from last weekend.
Watching Beal in pregame, Charles, seemed to be doing a lot of work on his quick release, two-step drop, getting the ball out quickly. That time, got the ball out quickly, just a little bit low outside.
So that first pass play goes incomplete for Tuskegee. Slots either side. And a double punch set on either side as Bill set to take a snap on a 2nd and 10. On the ground, they give it inside to Morris, and Johnny's wrapped up right away by the Tiger defense of Edward Waters. It was Jonathan Nesbitt, the junior, on the stop for Edward Waters.
Also a play to keep an eye on LeBron Merriweather, substituting in at center for Tuskegee. He's wearing number 66. Watching him also down on the field. Does an excellent job of trying to clear space in warm-ups.
Replacing Amir Graham, who started the first four ball games for Tuskegee, handling the rock. Bill shows pistol set, 3rd down, and about 12 now after the previous play lost a couple of yards. Bill with the snap, sets, calls line, that surging defense by the Tigers that Edward caught up with him.
Tuskegee's trying to throw against Darrell Roberts Jr., but he had excellent coverage. Junior defensive back out of Sanford, Florida. No one open for Beal.
Tyrese Williams able to catch up for the Tigers of Edward Waters. And Tuskegee with its first punt of the football game. And it'll be Jake Aller, the Farkland, set to do that. So Tuskegee unable to move the football on their first possession. They go a quick 3 and out after the penalty assessment to start that drive. And now Jake will be standing near the 8 to receive the snap. Likely hit it at about the 15-yard line, 13 or so. Before he does that, whistles.
We talked about discipline coming into the game. Tuskegee on that previous drive had field position, penalized on the drive start, not able to get anything going.
And getting another 5-yard assessment there for a 5-yard delay of game call there. So second penalty for Tuskegee. They came into the ball game ranked 6th in the conference in penalties with 22. And now they've notched 24 with 2 here in this first quarter. Aller trying to kick away from the coverage, bounces it at the 42, and it shoots back upfield, but Tuskegee's able to cover it near the 40. But Edward Waters is going to have great field position to start their second drive of the ball game.
Tamarcus Grayson for Tuskegee did an excellent job of fielding that last punt as it was bounding towards the Tuskegee end of the field. Grayson's a linebacker, 6'3", 220, out of Jefferson, Alabama.
So Tuskegee not able to move the football, and now Edward Waters, better field position for them as they get set to start their second drive of the contest from the Tuskegee 43-yard line. Moore shows pistol, joined in the backfield now by Raven Moore. Ball fake. Trying to set a screen. Instead, they push it upfield. This one may be picked off, and it will be at the sideline. Nicely done there by Michael King for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. He's on his watch list there, and Michael just had to wait for that one to float down to him for his first pick of the year.
Edward Waters sent Johnny Jones in motion. They were trying to get the ball to him down at about the 25-yard line. Ball was just overthrown, and Tuskegee takes over on the turnover.
Yeah, indeed. That's King's first pick of the year, second for the team overall, and they'll take it back at the 25.
Tuskegee again going no huddle, having the play called on the sideline.
Bill joined in the backfield by Johnny Mars. Tuskegee going right to left, first quarter of play, no score. We're live from the jungle on the campus of Edward Waters College. Morris with the football, slides back to the inside. Johnny found some space and works his way up near the 30-yard line, pickup of about 4 on the carry.
Tuskegee getting decent yardage on the first down call. As we've seen many times this season, Charles calling the plays with offense lined up at the line of scrimmage, looking to the sideline for the hand calls.
11 minutes remains, first quarter of action. SIAC contest, Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the Tigers of EWU. Second down, 6 for Tuskegee, looking for their first Vibes Restaurant first down of the ball game. Snap, Bill fires out in the flats, got it in the hands of Stiff. Justin toward the sideline, dances there, close to the first down marker for Tuskegee.
Give Bill credit. Planning on that 3-step drop, make a very accurate throw about 30 yards to the sideline. It appears they're going to mark Tuskegee just about a yard shy from picking up that first down.
3rd and 1, we'll call that very manageable here, trying to see if they can't pick up their first down. Tuskegee trying to slide another player into the lineup. They'll get Jeffrey Kimbleshoe out there just before play gets set to get going here. Play clock working its way down to 15, not a factor at this point. 3rd and 1. Tuskegee from their own 34-yard line. Ray Kawan, he'll take the snap. On the ground, they give it. Morris looking for some space. What the second effort is the only reason if he gets that first down, he'll get it. And it looks like he did. He danced and danced till he found a hole. And he's going to be awfully close to the marker. Waiting on them. Yeah, they're going to move him now. Yeah, side judge finally comes in and said, move the chains. We're not going to have to measure this. So Tuskegee inside, Johnny Morris got 4 on the initial play, picks up the first down on that run to take it to the 35. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Bill with Morris backfield. He will take the snap, gives it to Johnny. Johnny wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Good surge there by EWU on the left side of their defense. Flags coming in at the back of that play. Boy, you hope this is not against Tuskegee.
Seems to be some confusion between Beal and the Tuskegee sidelines. The last play call, Justin Smith, when in motion, was wide open to the near sideline.
Elliot Howell near traction. They'll go against EWU, so Tuskegee gets a great Nesbitt guilty of the unsportsmanlike conduct for EWU, and Tuskegee will move that football further up the field.
Jordan Foy coming out of the ball game for Tuskegee, 6'5", 350 pounds. On an 85-degree day, you have to keep an eye on the big boys.
Golden for the Tigers of Edward, 11th in the conference in penalties coming into today's ball game. That first one, a big assessment against them, and Tuskegee now up to the 48-yard line. Now they're going to push it back to the 47 as the spot. So a Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee at the 47. 9 minutes remains, scoreless first quarter of action. Merriweather afternoon, snaps at the Bill. Raekwon in the pocket, fires across the middle in heavy traffic, trying to get at the Brigman. And luckily that one was not picked up. Dontrell Roll, a senior from Miami, close on that play for the defense.
Also in the neighborhood, Jeremiah Burnett for EWU had coverage at about the 45-yard line. That was a dangerous throw into traffic.
Indeed. Tuskegee did not throw any picks last weekend, nor any fumbles. Clean football game from that perspective. 2nd and 10 after the miscue on that play. They're trying to get it in the hands of Brigman. Ball fake. The same route, this one a crossing route. Not able to haul it completely in on the route was Jonathan Montreville.
Montreville was breaking open just slightly, coverage by Dartrell Rolfe of EWU, 5'10", 175. He's out of Miami.
Tuskegee quickly facing a 3rd and 10 here after 2 incomplete passes. 3rd down situation here. Likely, Mark, you're going to see another pass. Shotgun for Bill. And here's the snap. He'll take the straight drop in the pocket. Got some time. Feels the pressure. Now rolls right side. Fires at the sideline. Catch by Brigman there at the 37. Brigman on the inside the 25. Still fighting. They bounce him down near the 14-yard line. And Reggie Brigman with another big play there for Tuskegee. Had a 91-yarder last weekend. Big play there for another five-restaurant first down.
The first player for EWU that had a shot at Brigman was Juwan Dent. At about the 30-yard line, whiffed on the tackle, and Brigman breaks it to the middle for the big gain.
At the 14, they go quickly on the ground, looks for some space. Johnny wrapped up from behind as he gets it down near the 11-yard line.
Thinking about the flow of this game, Charles, Tuskegee would like nothing better than to score an early touchdown on this drive to go ahead in the first quarter.
And it will come off the interception by Michael King. Down now at the 12-yard line of the Tigers of Edward Waters. 2nd down. Get it down to about the 4 for another first down before touchdown. Slots either side for Bill. Morris behind him in an I formation. On the ground, Johnny has it, slides left side, pushing the pack down near the 5-yard line. That's a good, tough run on the inside. Good work by the offensive line, pushing for space to get him down to the 5.
As you know, Charles, sometimes when teams change uniforms, I'm looking for number 77 white Tuskegee. I don't see anyone. I'm going to give it to Christian Abrams, who wears 76 when they're in maroon. Who do you have at 77?
I'm with you. Not showing one on the roster here. Could be Brandon Arrington at that spot. That's where he's lining up. That's what we had on the depth chart. Morris trying to free himself from one defender. Hard to bring down, but they string him toward the sideline. And he's going to be about a half step shy of the first down, needed to get it down to the 4.
The reason I asked that question, it was Arrington that cleared the space on the previous run play inside the 10. Tuskegee now with a big call coming up.
Yeah, it'll be 4th down and about, looks showing a full yard. Doesn't look to be his vantage point. But they'll bring on Ryan Larkins nonetheless. And Larkins on to try the field goal for Tuskegee. On the season, he's 3 of 6 with a long of 47 yards. This will be about a 23-yard effort, 22-yard effort here by Ryans. Snap down, kick by Larkin is spot on for Tuskegee, and they get the first score of the ball game. So Larkins comes on to finish off that Tuskegee. Tigers lead at 3-0 over the EWU Tigers of Edward Waters. Take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Bishop Marvin C. Jackson, President and CEO, Dr. A. Jackson Faison Jr., and First Lady Tyson Faison, Happy Thanksgiving, who is the support of
Hi, I'm Aaron James, head coach at the Tuskegee University. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Golden Tiger fans, individual game tickets for the 2024 football season are currently on sale and can be purchased by visiting GoldenTigerSports.com or by calling 334-727.
I love the lake.
EWU sideline and chased out of bounds there near the 13-yard line as well. They'll spot him out.
Let's talk about Johnny Jones for a second from Pahokee, Florida. You know what Pahokee is famous for? They call it Muck City. Pahokee, in the rural part of Florida, has produced over 60 NFL players. They call it Muck City because that's what they learn to run in when they burn the sugarcane and it starts to rain. So the kids play in the muck left over from the sugarcane harvest. Johnny Jones.
There you go. Pahokee historical moment here by Mark Lassiter. Nice call on that. That'll get you ready for any professional league running in the muck, right?
Especially muck from sugarcane.
Sure. Muck, but it's sweet muck. 3-0 lead for the Golden Tigers. EWU with the football now, starting this drive, own 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Flag tossed in as they run this play left side. On the carry is Brady Tillman, the freshman from Noonan, Georgia. But we'll check the flag.
Personal foul, shot block, number 79, number 53, offense. After this is the goal.
That too against the Tigers of Edward Waters. That'll push them back inside of their 10 now. Good news for Golden Tigers.
Edward Waters picking up where they left off last week with the penalty calls. Tuskegee's defense now with EWU inside their red zone may get a little bit aggressive.
Edward Waters, as you referenced, Mark, with 14 penalties in the ball game last weekend, 132 yards in penalties. Difficult to win a football game that way. They'll push them back to the 6-yard line now with 5:29 remaining in this first period. Tuskegee with a 3-0 lead over the Tigers of Edward Waters. Tuskegee looking for its first win of the campaign, and the second-year head coach Aaron James up the middle. The defense is broken by the Tigers of Edward Waters on a straight run. Just straight ahead on that carry for Edward Waters. That was Desmond Brown. And Brown, the sophomore from Hinesville, Georgia, found a crease on the inside and runs it up to the 22-yard line, close to the first down marker. That was way too easy. They found a big seam inside the Golden Tiger defense.
22-yard line, second down and 1 for the Tigers.
So Moore, the junior quarterback for Edward Waters, looks to the sideline for the play. Thomas back in there at running back. Correction, they'll keep it on the ground. Spinning ahead is Brown once again, and Brown powers ahead for the Edward Waters first down.
Desmond Brown is listed at 5'9", 200. You can tell the power that he has from his lower body. Nothing fancy, just puts his head down and goes straight ahead.
Tuskegee with the 3-0 lead, but the Tigers of Edward Waters picks up a first down here. And this time they'll mark it at their own 23-yard line. We go down to 4:05 left, first quarter of play. Brown joins Moore in the backfield. They bobble the football. It comes clear to Brown. He'll sprint ahead left side, and out of a busted play, he's going to spring ahead for about 5 yards for Edward Waters.
Brown picked that up purely on body lean. Once he took the handoff, wasn't much space on the right side of the Tuskegee defense, but Brown, who is really built solidly from the waist down, picked up 5 yards on his own.
Getting some work here. No stats registered for him prior to this ball game. A couple of good runs so far. Moore going up top this time. Got a man out there. That's Moore with the catch. He'll turn it upfield way past the markers for Edward Waters on a very well-designed pass to Moore.
Keith Moore, second, the quarterback for EWU, did an excellent job of spotting his receiver, planting, and making an accurate throw where the receiver could catch in stride, pick up the extra yards.
It went to the tight end Moore for the grab, and the football now at the 41. 2:55 left, first period of play. Tuskegee with the 3-0 lead. But a sustained drive so far for the Tigers of Edward Waters. Tuskegee shifting the linebacking core. Now on a misdirection, the Tigers of EWU give it to Tillman on a reverse coming back left side, but Tillman wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage.
Even though he didn't make the tackle, Tyler Smith for Tuskegee, the defensive back, was playing very close to the line of scrimmage, forced to play back into the inside, allowed his linebacker to clean up.
So on that play for Edward Waters, good surge by Tuskegee up front. They can duplicate that here on this second down play. Moore set to go. The officials stopping play momentarily. Play clock, meanwhile, continues to run. It's at 10. 1:59 left first period. Play clock down to 2. They'll have to hurry here. They got it off before the buzzer. They work it off on the inside. Brown found some space on the inside again for Edward Waters. Pushes ahead for about 7 on that pickup. So he got a lot of that yardage that was lost back on that play. That'll bring up third down now for Edward Waters. Third and about 7 to go. So football at the 44, resting at the left hash mark. Moore in shotgun. Now they'll reset. They're trying to bring in a couple of additional players. They'll send Johnny Jones off the field of play. And scooting back out there is Thomas. He'll line up in the slot at the bottom of the screen as Edward Waters goes left to right in this first. They got to get it to the 49 of Tuskegee for a first down. Pressure up front by the Golden Tigers. Pocket collapses. Now a flag coming in at the back of the play. Wrapped up from behind is Moore near midfield.
Behind the play, you can see number 55, Lance Watkins of Tuskegee, pleading for a penalty call. Officials are huddled up at the 45, and they will get the call for holding to go against EWU.
That'll push them back, and Tuskegee will have the break of another penalty there by Edward Waters. We talked so much about it over the course of this early season, how much of a factor penalties really are in a football game, and it can just kill a drive instantly. It'll be third down and long now for Edward Waters. 44 seconds left first period of play. Tuskegee still leading at 3-0. Tyler Wells lines up at the left corner. And on the other end for Tuskegee is Anthony Scott at the corners at the defensive end, showing that they're trying to crash down on this play at snap. They're coming at the corners. Moore steps up. He'll fire toward the sideline, and the officials say that he was out of bounds on the catch. Line judge indicating that the receiver was not able to get the feet down.
Bit of a bait and switch game going on between Adion Glover of Tuskegee and Johnny Jones of EWU, who's lined up to the left. Jones was finding some space right before midfield, who had baited him to go into that part of the field, made a play on the ball. Tuskegee takes over on downs.
So Williams will come back on to punt the football for Edward Waters, and Justin Stith stands back. Tuskegee coming for it. Good punt there by Williams, backpedaling. Stith, he'll field it at the 13. Justin, quick stutter step there, spins inside, lost his footing there, almost lost the football, but wraps up with it, and he's down at the 25-yard line.
A key for EW with an excellent tackle, because there was some space in the middle on that return, but Rogers with excellent technique. Tuskegee takes over at the 25.
How about by Riley Williams? Williams second in the SIAC in punt average, 3.7 yards per punt. Did a good job there maintaining field position for Edward Waters. 3.1 seconds left here in this first period of play. Tuskegee back on offense with a 3-0 lead. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter here on the Golden Tiger Network. We're on the road this afternoon from the jungle at Edward Waters University. Tuskegee trying to find its first win. Bill in pistol. He will take the snap. Ball fake. Fires across the middle, trying to get it to Brigman to get in on a crossing route. But that pass thrown too deep for Brigman.
Brigman again working against Rogers, who had coverage. Brigman had space. Ball was just a bit in front of him. If Brigman's able to make that catch, there was nothing but green AstroTurf in front of him.
That'll bring us to the end of the first period of play here from the jungle on the campus of Edward Waters University. Tuskegee leads at 3-0 over Edward Waters. Take a break and get you started in second quarter action just ahead on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make to level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Go TU.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Attention Golden Tigers fans. The historic Morehouse Tuskegee Classic is returning to Columbus. Join us on Saturday, October 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern as the rivalry returns to A.J. McClung Stadium for the first time since 2019. Tickets are on sale now at the ticket office, on campus, and online. For more information, visit GoldenTigerSports.com.
Football to get things started in the second quarter of play. They'll go into the quarter with a 3-0 lead. Bill with the snap. It's got some time in the pocket. Fires upfield. Comeback route there. Catch going to be made near the 36-yard line. We'll see where they put the progress after Beckford, this fifth-year player for Tuskegee, able to grab that football field up near the sticks, but they wrestle him back the other way.
Number 94, defense. 15-yard penalty for the flag.
Got a roughing the passer penalty called as Beal took a hit downfield, though. Ronaldo Spivey did an excellent job of making the catch. Tuskegee taking advantage of another Edward Waters penalty.
That'll push the football up near midfield for Tuskegee. Fresh set of downs. Vibe Restaurants first down, puts it at midfield. Left hash mark is the mark for the football. Extended eye behind Bill in the backfield. Komoku, the up back, and Leverett, his first spot of duty for Tuskegee at the punctuated eye for Tuskegee. They'll give it to Leverett. Desmond has the football popped out of there. Raekwon, luckily the closest player to that football. It scrambled about 10 yards backwards after it was knocked out of the hands of Leverett. And Bill, luckily the closest player to get to it and down it for Tuskegee.
Fortunate for Tuskegee, that punch out came right at the point of attack where the handoff was made. Ball was moved back about 10 yards, and Beal just fell on it, which was an intelligent play as opposed to trying to pick it up and do something with it.
Indeed. You talk about a punch of the football. That's all that could have been, the way that one came out of there. Just fist on football, and it went directly back about 10 yards. So that'll push the Golden Tigers back. Loss of down. They'll mark them now at their own 39-yard line. Penalties, that case there, just a miscue pushing them back, and a flag coming at the line of scrimmage. Procedure here against Tuskegee.
We talked about the changes on the Tuskegee offensive line. Once again, a procedure call before the ball is snapped. Coaches will give you forgiveness on the physical mistakes, but it's the mental mistakes that drives them crazy. Tuskegee, again, going backwards. He already had what looked like a 3rd and 25, a 2nd and 25, I should say. This is a 2nd and forever coming up.
Yeah. Well, you referenced that penalties, such a problem. Nothing comes out of it. 13 minutes, 14 seconds left before the half. Tuskegee with a 3-0 lead, facing a 2nd and forever. Snap to Bill. Here comes the pressure. Tried the screen pass, but that was batted at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive surge there by D'Angelo Sapp, the senior.
Sapp, the defensive back out of Winter Haven, Florida, came on a corner blitz, got his hands up, and Beal didn't really see him coming until the last possible minute.
EWU defense saw that screen being set, and coming up from his secondary position was Sapp to block that play.
Sapp is lined up at safety, so I gave him a corner blitz. Let's go ahead and call it a safety blitz.
Oh, yeah. It's about as deep as you can be. Delayed handoff. Morris got some space now, trying to get a block at the corners. Got it set here. Jumps over what would be tackler, but they string him toward the sideline. That airborne activity allowed the defense to catch up with him. Johnny wrestled down near the 33. So on comes the punting unit for Tuskegee.
Travis McNichols, the junior defensive back, had the first shot. Nice job hurdling, attempted tackle, but Tuskegee, as it stands, with that long distance to go, based on the penalty, will now be punting it away to EWU.
Yeah, Johnny showing a little bit of Simone Biles on that play, just jumped over the defender. So that'll bring on Larkin Ryans to punt it away. It'll be Ryans instead of Aller to kick it. At it. Ryans trying to turn it over. This will be fair. Run back at the 35-yard line, squeezing it and falling at Johnny Jones up to the 40. Players kind of tying it up near the 45-yard line, but a whistle breaks up that little bit of contact. And Edward Waters with the football.
Johnny Jones is showing to be quite a versatile player. He returns punts. He's their number one receiver. Edward Waters going on. It's not that they have done anything to hurt themselves other than the penalties. Their execution seems to be decent, but the penalties are the killers for Edward Waters.
Just to punctuate your comments on Johnny Jones, his first team all-conference preseason. And Edward Waters with the football from their own 40-yard line. Right to left, second quarter of action. Football at the left hash mark. Jones in motion right side. They'll keep it on the ground straight ahead on the carry for the Edward Waters Tigers. Almost carrying its distance as Rossi Grimes runs down Travis McNichols. Correction, that's Kentrell Williams on the carry for Edward Waters. Just busted up the middle for Edward Waters and got it all the way down to the 16-yard line. I'm saving a touchdown. Waters going quickly here. Ball fake and whistles at the line of scrimmage. Moore with a ball fake on the inside. Had some space right side, but a flag far side of the field mark.
It was interesting how Edward Waters, off that huge run play, was trying to get to the line of scrimmage and get the playoff quickly. Is almost trying to discuss something that might have gone wrong on the previous play. But as it stands, they'll start this next series with a 1st and 15, but they are right outside of the Tuskegee red zone.
Yeah, just at the 21. They were down inside of it prior, and a penalty pushes them out. Moore joined by Williams in the backfield, as well as Thomas. Now they all in unison look to the sideline. 1st and 15 from the 21 of Tuskegee. Golden Tigers with a 3-0 lead. Snap. Handoff. Second man, that's Thomas trying to turn to the inside up front.
Jontarius Thomas took the handoff and just seemed to hesitate just a bit, trying to find an ideal hole. Tuskegee with excellent pursuit inside. Caleb Harrell closed in on that last tackle.
Second down effort here for Edward Waters. Football at the 18-yard line. They got to get it down to the 3 for a first. They can do that before a touchdown. Play clock at 15 as they look to the sideline for the play. Now lining up in the pistol is Keith Moore. Joined by Williams in the backfield. Ball fake, they give it on the inside. Williams wrapped up their defense, staying at home on the inside for Tuskegee.
Kentrell Williams took the handoff, made a bit of a stutter step as he's trying to, again, pick his way down the line of scrimmage. As it stands, it'll be a 3rd and long coming up for Edward Waters. They were seeing run that same inside trap play they had success with on the huge 40-yard gain.
3rd down play coming here for Ed. 10-10 left in this first half. Tuskegee with a 3-0 lead. 3 receivers at the top, 4 more. And 2 down at the bottom. Snap to Moore. Inside pressure by Tuskegee. They'll flush him right. Now he'll run. Got plenty of room there. Got a crease and slides down at about the 4-yard line on a flag coming in at the back of that play. Needless block by Jalen Norman for Edward Waters near the 5-yard line. We'll see if that will be the call. And if it is, it will nullify a good read there by Keith Moore on that run to get them a first down. But I believe this is going to come back because it will go at the point of the foul. And that'll push him back near the 20 again.
You can see Makai Lovett of Edward Waters gesturing. He's a wide receiver lined up far to the right side, pleading his case to the officials on the side of the field. Just by his body language, you can tell.
Wow, doubles against Edward Waters.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 77. Both fouls will be enforced.
So it is unnecessary roughness against Lovett, who was complaining to the officials. He's the wide receiver on that side of the field. And again, we just play this same record all over again with technique for Edward Waters. They've had some success, but it's just been undisciplined play that's got them in trouble.
Indeed. That one right there really hurt them. That'll push them back outside of the 40-yard line now. It'll be 3rd and long now for EWU.
So without the penalty call, Edward Waters has first down and goal to go inside the 5. As it stands, they're setting up shop at the 41-yard line.
Boy, my, how things can change with the penalty. So Moore in the backfield alone now. Sends receivers 3 to the left. Now they'll shift in a couple of other players.
You want to take a gander on this 3rd down and yardage call? That looks like about 3rd and 35.
Yeah, 3rd and 41. Yeah. I don't know where the playbook sends you on that one, but they'll go to the sideline to talk about it. Timeout on the field, 9:17 left first half. Tuskegee with a 3-0 lead. Back with more on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic of the university's Centennial Homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024 from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th Homecoming, the Golden Athletics celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
But they gave him the catch, but only a few yards upfield on that effort. So Riley Williams orders to punt it away.
Well, you know, we're not ones to say officials, but that ball seemed to hit the turf as the receiver was making the catch. But as it stands, Edward Waters, that had a 1st and goal inside the 5, is now punting the ball away to Tuskegee.
Boy, isn't that something? Goal line just in front of you. Snap, it's a floater. Whistles at the line of scrimmage. And this may back them up additional 5 here. It will.
Procedure call against Edward Waters, and with all of the laundry being thrown on the field, it's going to be a hefty bill to get it cleaned in the off week. We've seen a lot of flags so far.
But the bill is going to go primarily to Edward Waters because they have been the team with the most penalties in this first half of play. This will push them back 5 to the 43. So now Riley Williams with a little bit more real estate to punt it. We'll see if he goes for one of the corners here and away from Justin Stith. Wobbly snap, and he'll try to turn it over. Stith calls for a fair catch. It bounced and hit him down at the 1. He tried to cover it. He's in the end zone now, and they're going to back him down in the end zone. Get him down at the near the goal line is where they said it hit him.
Stith was fortunate.
Yeah.
Made the signal for the fair catch, let the ball hit, but he was so close to it as it hit it, bounced up and hit him in the chest. So now it's a live ball. He has to recover it while Edward Waters is closing in. The officials are discussing the actual spot of the ball at the 1 yard line. We'll see where they're going to call this, but that was a dangerous play.
Sure.
Looks like they're going to call it a touchback.
Out of all the sequences, that's the best one for Tuskegee.
That's when you know you're living right.
Yeah.
Because that's getting something out of nothing. That was very close for Tuskegee taking that ball over at their own 1 yard line.
Yeah, you're right. Justin, with the initial looked like he was going to try to call a fair catch, but he kind of haphazardly raised his hands, didn't get it fully up.
Well, he was too close to it also.
Sure. I think he thought at the last moment. So Tuskegee will have the football from the 20 after that's all sorted out. Bill, he'll take the snap, gives it up on the inside, sprinting ahead. That's Ronaldo Spivey Jr., the senior on the carry from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Spivey with his first carry of the ball game, broke the initial line of scrimmage, got it up near the 24.
We've seen from time to time this season, Charles, the offense of Tuskegee get into some kind of rhythm when they go up tempo. They're getting the plays from the sideline. If they can just pick the pace up just a bit, it seems to help their rhythm.
Bill lines up in shotgun. Ball fake. Now checking off one and spinning and ripped up behind the line of scrimmage, and he's tripped up near the 15-yard line. They were going to the right side on the initial play design in terms of a pass, but Bill looked up, tried to spin back to the left, and got tripped up.
James Walton Jr., the sophomore defensive lineman for EWU, had pressure on Beal. Beal tried to spin away, but Walton's tackle was so Beal couldn't get away. A huge loss for Tuskegee.
That'll push the Golden Tigers back to the 16-yard line. 7:30 remains first half. Tuskegee still leads at 3-0. Had some positive momentum going in this drive, but we'll see what this penalty or this sack of the quarterback does in terms of the drive. Slots either side for Bill. It's 3rd down and 17. Bill with the snaps, got some time. Looking upfield, fires it toward the sideline. Bregman coming back, but that one played well at the sideline. Good defensive work there by Darrell Roberts Jr., the junior from Sanford, Florida.
Roberts gets the credit, but it was Anthony Glover, the freshman defensive back who was coming on another blitz, got in on Beal's face and forced that pass to be a little bit higher than he wanted.
So that'll bring on Ryans to punt it away. Larkin will stand near the goal line to kick this one. And you referenced what you saw in pregame, that Larkin was taking some punts under the watchful eye of head coach Aaron James.
We will not talk about Tuskegee's punting game last week against Savannah State. This is a point where Larkin has to get off a decent punt.
Coming at it, Larkin with the kick, trying to turn it over. He'll get it going forward, but a fair catch called for by Jones at midfield for Edward Waters. So they'll have good field position to start this drive. It's a good punt there by Ryans to get it upfield. And Edward Waters trailing 3-0. They'll have the football.
A decent punt had more the personality of a place kick than a punt, as it was end over end. He had the power behind it, but he didn't have that rotation that punters seek to get to replicate the rotation as if it was coming out of a quarterback's hand.
Now, interestingly enough, we talked to Coach Aaron James at Bob's Restaurant last Monday night after the ball game against Savannah State. He referenced that Jake Aller would be doing the punting this afternoon. We saw Jake with the first punt. Wasn't a bad punt, but now we've seen Larkin punt the last two.
As we've seen at quarterback from time to time against with Tuskegee, same thing at punter. It's a bit of a chorus line at this point.
From midfield at the left hash mark. With the snap, ball fake, fires it out in the flats. That's a floater, but the catch is going to be made out there by Jones. They got it into his hands, and he'll run it past the 45-yard line down to the 44 of Tuskegee as we go down the 6:50 remaining first half.
Johnny Jones again working against Glover of Tuskegee. That time he had the better of it. Simple out route. What you notice about Johnny Jones, excellent hands. Made the catch above his head, turned, picked up yardage after the catch.
Tuskegee playing soft at the corners that time. Now, kind of a floater there by Moore. They've been a little tighter. May have had a pick there on the ground. They slice it up on the inside. On the carry is Williams. Kendall Williams got it to the 41. That'll bring up 3rd and less than 1 for Edward Waters. A Tuskegee defense known for the stops in critical situations. Been nice to get one here on this third and less than a yard.
Look for Kentrell Williams of EWU.
They go to the sideline for the play. No big hurry for EWU on that play.
Get over there!
3rd and 1, less than 1 actually. And there's a snap. Put on the ground, as you referenced, Williams with the football left side, slides past the 40 down near the 38. And that's a first down for Edward Waters.
You talk about playing personality. The EWU running backs, nothing fancy, but they are very powerful runners. Straight ahead, north, south, call it what you want. Big pickup on first down.
Chapman, Self, McGee, Pierre, and Thomas is that group that the running backs are running behind up front. And they found some space on that 3rd down play. 1st and 10 for Edward Waters now at the 38 of Tuskegee. TU with a 3-0 lead. Ball fake. Moore looks up, got a man behind the defense, streaking there wide open. Easy catch there for their favorite target, Johnny Jones, for the touchdown for EW.
That muck in Pahokee. That's the
That's his first touchdown of the year for Edward Waters, and it gives them their first lead of the ball game. Point after attempt now. And that one pushed to the right side and no good. So that's a break there for Tuskegee. Marcus. Back live here at the Nathaniel Glover Community Field. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Edward Waters with the football now with 2:28 remaining in this first half. They have it on their end of the football field at the 35-yard line, and they lead it 6-3 over the Golden Tigers. Moore with the football, left it into the belly of the up back. That's Thomas on the carry. And he fights his way up near the 36-yard line for Edward Waters.
Ball moves out to the 37-yard line. Brings up third down and 3 for EWU.
So when we left you, Edward Waters had thrown the touchdown pass to the end zone, and they missed on the point after attempt. And Tuskegee with a possession after that, and the football back over to Edward Waters now to try to run out this first half. They take a timeout with 2 minutes exactly remaining on that 2-minute warning before the half.
Just a brief recap. Tuskegee got a big catch from Garmin that was tacked on to with a hands to the face penalty against Edward Waters. But after that, Tuskegee's offense stalled out, punted away to Edward Waters, who is now taking over on this third and short call. But the momentum really has been sliding to the favor of Edward Waters. They were fortunate on the last exchange, on the last punt. Return man was back. Ball actually hit him in the shoulder pads as he was trying to field the punt. There were coverage people down for Tuskegee in the area, and Edward Waters maintained possession. They were very close to having another turnover deeper in their own territory.
Indeed. Similar to the one that we saw where they were able to get the touchback instead. So break for Tuskegee there. But they trail it 6-3 to EWU at the Jungle here on the EWU campus. Nice crowd on hand here, starting to file in on this Sunday afternoon in Jacksonville, Florida. We were relying on their guest internet to carry our stream. It looks like so many people in here with the devices now that it forced us off and we've gone hotspot. So thank goodness for alternatives. And we're back with you on live coverage. Whistles at the line of scrimmage as Moore gets set to take the snap. And referee Clee Sellers steps in again. This is a legal procedure against Edward Waters. Boy, you just kind of wonder where this football team would be, or you wonder where the score would be in this football game had Edward Waters not committed so many penalties.
Interesting thing, Edward Waters has a pair of decent running backs. They have a decent passing game, but they just shoot themselves in the foot with the mistakes on offense.
That'll push them back 5. Third and about 8 now with 2 minutes remaining first half. Ball fake. Moore got some space now. Up the middle, look at he goes. Slides to the left side, eludes one tackler on his hands, fights for an additional 3 or 4 yards as he stumbles down to the 47-yard line. That's a good run by Moore after recognition of the hole. 1:53 remaining. A flag at the back of that play last, and another one against Edward Waters.
Roy Berry had his helmet off. He was pleading his case to the officials. Let me change that name. Desmond Self for Edward Waters. He seems to be the player that's going to be caught in the penalty. He goes to the sideline because his helmet did come off during the play. But once again, we see, Charles, after a decent play by Edward Waters, they're penalized and they're moved back to their 22-yard line.
Yeah, 1:51 remaining, nullifying a first down run by Keith Moore, the quarterback. Trip receivers, top of the screen for Moore. Third and long now for Edward Waters. Surely they had thoughts of trying to get another score before the break when they had that run by Moore up to the 47. They'll keep this, and now he'll fake and fire it out in the front. He's got a man sitting out there, catch at the corners. And the football bounced away, and it comes free to guess who? Johnny Jones, and he'll take care of it from there. He will go the distance. When the initial route was out to Jalen Wilson, Wilson made the catch, fumbled the football, but it popped straight up Johnny Jones picked it up in stride and runs it the length of the field for the touchdown.
Once
My, oh my.
Jones made the catch of that ball about the 35-yard line, there was no catching it. There were two players that were almost parallel to him for Tuskegee. Jones turns on the speed, goes approximately 45 yards for that score.
Cooper Baddox now on to try the pointer after he missed on the initial one. Kick this time by Baddox looks a lot better, and this time he knocks it through for Edward Waters. Boy, that's bad news for Tuskegee. They had the receiver Wilson stopped short of the first down, but the fumble of the football and the pickup by Jones results in a touchdown, his second of this first half. Edward Waters now with a 13-3 lead over the Golden Tigers. Take a timeout here on GTSN.
Fans, mark your calendars for 9th, 2024. Join us on Saturday inside Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium as the Golden Tigers take on the Miles Golden Bears with kickoff set for a 1 p.m. start time. Be sure to come out early, wear your crimson and gold, and help us make this homecoming one for the history books. We'll see you there.
It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
We'll see what happens, but this is not the point on the field where you can afford to have any type of turnover.
Beal lines up in the pistol, joined by Spivey in the backfield. Three receivers to the top of the screen. His left, Beal sets in the pocket, looks upfield, shoots it across the middle. High pass, but somehow pulled down by Justin Stith, fighting for that football at the 44-yard line.
Stith with the catch of the year, one-handed grab, disguised at about the 35-yard line, picks up a huge first down for the Golden Tigers.
We're going to go ahead and make that our Alabama Power TU play of the day there. Big catch there by Stith, up to the 44-yard line. Quick snap now. Check off there by Beal. Across the middle, he's got Brigman. Brigman head fakes to the inside, wraps up that football, down inside the 40-yard line on the other end at the 39. Tuskegee getting set to hustle up to that football and go quickly here with 37.7 seconds left in this first half. They take a timeout.
Just when you expect Tuskegee to go conservative, pick up two huge plays, and they're all the way into Edward Waters' territory at the 40-yard line. Let's mark at the 39. So now with 37 seconds remaining in the half, Coach Aaron James has got to be thinking, what can I draw up to pick up another couple of chunks?
Indeed. If we had two Alabama Power TU play of the days, it would probably be that second catch by Brigman. Patience by Bill in the pocket there. He felt things collapsing around him, but just stayed that extra tick. And he allowed Brigman to break free on the inside for a big catch there by Reggie and push the football down to the 39.
The good news for Bill was the poise he showed under pressure to keep his eyes downfield. There were players from EWU forcing him to his left. He came back, looked right, found the receiver.
37.7 seconds left. More than enough time to take a few shots at the corners and get even closer for a possible score in terms of a touchdown. Don't have to hurry here, but they got to be serious of purpose. Slot, top of the screen for Bill. They got to hurry here. No, it's only at 20 there. I thought that was 2 on the play clock. Plenty of time. Bill, here comes pressure. He feels it, shoots it upfield on the thrown pass. This one at the sideline, wrestled for and out of bounds, both players. Trying to get it to Brigman, but that pass underthrown.
Freshman Tyrese Williams for EWU had pressure on Brigman. He's 6'6", 245. Once he got pressure, got his hands up, didn't give Beal a good throwing lane to see his receiver that was breaking open at the right sideline.
Darryl Roberts on the coverage there for Edward Waters. 2nd and 10, down to 32 seconds left first half. Definitely already in close to the range of Larkin Ryans for a field goal, but they're not thinking about that just yet. Stith slides left side in motion. Snap, here comes the pressure. Backpedaling now. Bill can't get sacked back there. Fires it out of bounds.
It's a late developing pattern by the Tuskegee receivers, Charles. You can see the three players break out. They were within probably 20 yards of each other. That was a slow developing play. Beal didn't have time for them to separate, and fortunate that he didn't take a sack.
Down to 25.6 seconds left on the clock now. Tuskegee seemingly trying to push the football further downfield on that last pass effort. But you got a lot of real estate in front of you. You can break some things off to the sideline, stop the clock. It's just as good at getting that additional yardage and then stopping it. 3rd down play coming at the corner. Snap, Bill wasn't ready. He'll pick it up, rolling right side. Now fires at the corner. Catch made by Bregman, but he took a wicked hit to the back after the catch as Roberts plows into him on the stop.
Tyrese Williams also had feigned a blitz. Seems like he's holding his right hamstring as he goes to the sideline very slowly for Edward Waters, big number 17. He's 6'6", a key player for their defense.
Coach James and Tuskegee taking a time out here on a 4th, and looks like it's going to be a full 7 for a first down with 15.9 seconds left.
Time enough for about 2 plays the way they've been running them, but you've got to get to the sideline, and most important, you got to pick up this first down.
Indeed. Whatever you do at the sideline, you got to be past that stick to get there. Otherwise, you're going to lose the opportunity even for 3 here. So the die has been cast by Tuskegee. They leave the offense out on the field. That would likely have been about a 52-yard effort from Ryans if they went for the field goal here. So on 4th and 7, offense forced to try to get this football beyond the sticks and save some time for a field goal attempt. Bill, joined by Spivey in the backfield. He'll take the snap, looking to his left, fires up the middle of the field, got to come back for the football, and that's enough for the defense to catch up with it, and it's Travis McNichols, the junior, that broke it up near the 3.
McNichols' closing speed was the difference. Waters was open for Tuskegee, but ball just not delivered quickly enough.
Indeed. That one you got to put over his shoulder for him to go into the end zone. Instead, the intended receiver had to pause for a moment to come back, and that was the time, as you referenced, for McNichols to close and knock it down. So Tuskegee's denied here with a chance to score on the Edward Waters end of the field. And Edward Waters, with just 10 seconds left, will come out here and take a snap and be happy to go into the locker room leading it 13-3 over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Little choice for Tuskegee but to try to get that first down. And in that case, they went for all of it instead, and they come up short. Guess they didn't feel they would have enough time to get a play in, get the first down, and perhaps kick the field goal. But all that's for naught. At the end of 2 quarters of play at the Jungle on the campus of Edward Waters University, it's the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trailing the Tigers of Edward Waters University 13-3. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Power, Alabama Department of Public Health, Booster Digital Display, The Home Depot, TNT Fireworks, Vibes Restaurant and Lounge, Wind Creek Casino and Hotel, and Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Their support enhances the educational and athletic experiences of all Tuskegee student athletes.
love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletic Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletic Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence. Golden Tigers fans, don't forget to come out to the Aaron James Coaches Show, live every Monday at 6 p.m. at Vibes Restaurant and Lounge. Join us for an evening of exciting football insight from Tuskegee head coach Aaron James and play-by-play announcer Charles Ward with special guests. Come enjoy great food, drinks, and an inside look at all the action from the gridiron. Be part of the conversation and show your support for our Golden Tigers. The Tuskegee Athletic Department would like to thank our corporate partners: Alabama Power, Alabama Department of Public Health, Booster Digital Display, The Home Depot, TNT Fireworks, Vibes Restaurant and Lounge, Wind Creek Casino and Hotel, and Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Their support enhances the educational and athletic experiences of all Tuskegee student athletes.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Tuskegee's 100th homecoming. Attention Golden Tigers fans. The historic Morehouse Tuskegee Classic is returning to Columbus. Join us on Saturday, October 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern as the rivalry returns to A.J. McClung Stadium for the first time since 2019. Tickets are on sale now at the ticket office, on campus, and online. For more information, visit GoldenTigerSports.com. Tuskegee fans, get ready. The hard-hitting action of Golden Tigers football is back as the winningest HBCU football program in the nation. All eyes are on the Golden Tigers in the 2024 football season, with over a nation-leading 714 wins, 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles. The Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the crowded Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron, from every play to every touchdown. GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football, and our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter, and Double S, Simone Stanley.
And welcome back, everybody. We're live on the Golden Tiger Sports Network from the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium, otherwise known as the Jungle, on the campus of Edward Waters University. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call, Lisa Burnett and Marcus Burnett in our studios handling our production. Tuskegee right now trailing it as we get set to go into third, 13-3 to the Tigers of Edward Waters University. And Mark, that first half for Tuskegee benefited by so many penalties by Edward Waters, but stung by that surprising play when Wilson had the catch downfield and the fumble, and Johnny Jones picked it up to run it in for the touchdown.
Johnny Jones, a player for Edward Waters that we talked about during the opening. He's a player with a lot of speed out of Pahokee, Florida. On the other side for Tuskegee, Charles, it's been a game of strange rhythm. Every time the offense seems to get in sync, something happens to hurt them, either a penalty or a missed block. Tuskegee's offense has just been stop and start all afternoon.
Has not been able to just break that cycle where they take it all the way in for a touchdown. A couple of good drives started in that first half, but just for one reason or another, stalling for the Golden Tigers. And I have to kind of answer quickly here as we get set to start the second half. Tuskegee will have the football offensively and really need to show some progress on this first drive.
I'm going to give credit to Edward Waters, though. Raekwon Bell has had a lot of different looks from this Edward Waters defense. They've brought safeties down. They've brought corners. Their defensive end has been dominant. And so what Beal has to do is be alert to sift out the defensive coverages at the last possible moment, not make any risky throws.
Tuskegee looking for its first win of the season at 0-3 and 0-1 in SIAC play. Edward Waters already with one conference win under their belt, and they have a 1-3 mark overall. So Tuskegee just looking to see if this is the opportunity. In this series with Edward Waters, they lead that 3-1. But the kicker about this, Mark, is that last year at homecoming, Edward Waters, the guest, they came in and won, and on the last play of the ball game to defeat Tuskegee in homecoming.
Edward Waters described as the fastest growing HBCU in Florida, if not among all HBCUs. I looked at their enrollment. Back in 2019, it was around 860 students. Right now, it's over 1,200. So Edward Waters taking advantage of this growth spurt, if you will, and their football program has followed.
And one of the banners we saw coming into the facility, you can actually see it here on the banners draping the fencing of the stadium, is that one of their themes is embracing athletics as a university. And they have done a good job, even from talking about the turf field here and what they've done in terms of renovations of the stadium, or the creation of the stadium here on the campus. Because a few years back, we played them at a high school venue here in Jacksonville. So they are really embracing athletics here as we get set for second half action. See if Tuskegee can embrace a score here on this first possession. It'll be Boddix to kick it away. Stith stands at the 5. He's joined by Beckford back there as well. It'll come toward over the head catch by Stith at the 2. He and Beckford were determining who was going to get it. And luckily, Stithford got it. Stith down the right side, up past the 42, the 45-yard line. And Stith comes up, fired up for Tuskegee on a good return of kick to get things started.
Exactly what Tuskegee needed on this first play of the second half. Stith with a determined run straight up field along the right hash mark. Tuskegee sets up shop at their own 48-yard line.
Gets a glad slap on the shoulder pads by head coach Aaron James on that run to get this offense at least sparked as they start this possession. They're going to put it down at the 44-yard line. That's where Bill and the offense start this first possession of the second half, trailing at 13-3. Let's see if they can make quick work of this. Bill gives it to Morris. Morris looking for the corners. Got some space there. Pass midfield. Puts his head down. Flag comes in at the back of that play. Likely this one coming back, and that's not what you want on this first play.
I like the play design, though. They sent Beckford in motion to the near side. Beckford got a nice block on the corner. But as you mentioned, the flag, again, the rhythm. Tuskegee can't get out of its own way with the penalty calls.
Yeah, just cannot move. This one will push them back inside of the 40. Down at the 35-yard line.
It's the third time during this game, Charles, we've seen a first and plus 15 to start a drive.
This will be first and plus 15 for sure. First and 20. Bregman in motion. They give it to Morris. He's got some room left side. Johnny straight up the gut he goes, up to the 45-yard line. Quick hitting play left side of that offense for Tuskegee. They run it over there on that left side behind Terrence Jordan and Sean Stithen. And they created a hole there. Pickup of 10. Second and 10 now for Tuskegee. They got the 10 back. On the ground again. Morris got some space, spins, and wrapped up at the line of scrimmage that time. Had a hole left side, but they were ripping at that football, so he had to respect that to turn around to hold the football.
Tuskegee got a good block on Grant Pettigrew, freshman defensive lineman for EWU. He was actually laying on the turf, got a hand up, and stopped that run for basically no gain.
Yeah, Morris saw the hole, but had to pump the brakes. Third down 9 for Tuskegee. Don't want this one to stall if they can help it. Bill. They slide a man down the line. That's Kamoku. He'll take the snap. Bill's got some time. Looks, fires up through that one high, but Bregman goes up to get it and catches it for Tuskegee beyond the sticks. Nicely done there by Reggie Bregman, the redshirt freshman. Knew exactly where the sticks were, got there, made the catch.
Stephon French of EW had decent coverage, but Bregman made a great over-the-head catch for the first down.
Vibes Restaurant first down, first one of the second half. Or second one of the second half, that is. Football at the 44. On the ground, Morris slides to the outside, got a block at the corner. Now he'll turn it back to the inside. Legs cut from under him, but not until he's close to that first down marker.
Give credit to Montreville, Jonathan Montreville of Tuskegee, getting that second block that allowed the runner to cut up field, bring up the second and short. You like to have those productive plays on first down.
Pick up of 8 on that play. They'll say 7, so it's 2nd and 3. Football now at the 36-yard line of Edward Waters, resting at the right hash mark. Bill. Leverett joins him in the backfield. They send Garmin in motion. They go straight ahead to Leverett, wrapping up that football. Leverett underneath the defense, inside the 30 at the 29. That's a Vibes Restaurant first down.
Tuskegee has come out of the locker room playing with pace on this drive. They're to the line of scrimmage a little bit faster. They're getting the play calls. Just feels like a crisper pace that they're playing at.
Going at no huddle here, trying to get it set again. Desi Morgan Jr. lining up in that backfield for an extra blocker there. Leverett joins Bill. Now they bring a man in motion, sliding. That's Montreville on the ground. Leverett again, second wave of the defense. Montrell down to the 21-yard line.
Tuskegee, unlike early in the first quarter, finding some space in between the tackles, running nothing fancy, just straight ahead.
Got to win that battle in the paint, and they're doing it right now. First drive of the second half. Tuskegee close to the red zone at the 22, trailing at 13-3. This time, Morris flanks out left side. Leverett joins Bill in the backfield. They'll go reverse on the inside. Morris got some space. Johnny slides to the inside. One man to beat. Knocked down near the looks like about the 7-yard line after they play into that play. Johnny had some room there. Chose to go to the inside there, trying to read that defender. Runs it for first down for Tuskegee. That'll be 1st and goal to go after the Vibes Restaurant first down run.
We talked about Sean Stitton at the top of the broadcast. He made a tremendous influence block at the 35-yard line, letting that runner spring free. Huge first down for Tuskegee.
1st and goal to go from the 8 now. Tuskegee does not want to be denied on this. Taking that football on the initial kickoff to start the second half, now inside the 10. On the ground, Morris looking for some space, wrapped up from behind. Nothing going there. They read that one well.
First player at the point of attack for Tuskegee, Dartrell Roll, name we've called before this afternoon, a defensive back in the backfield for Tuskegee.
So that'll make it 2nd down. No gain on the play. Morris in the backfield with Bill. Bill lines up in the pistol. Slot is to his left. Tuskegee going left to right. Long snap count. How they'll reset it. Tried to see if they couldn't get some movement up front by EWU. Now play clock down to 5. This is for real. Snap the Bill. Option right side. Pitch Morris. Nobody there to help him. They line him up and knock him down near the 11-yard line. Tuskegee trying to run that option to the short side of the field, but there was no blocking over there to help that option get off the ground. Edward Waters read that well and had 3 people stacked up at the line of scrimmage to knock down Morris behind the line of scrimmage.
Dartrell Roll, a name we've called a few times this afternoon. Very active from that left corner position, wrapping up, making an excellent tackle. Tuskegee now with a huge call on 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Well, actually, they move it back to the 10-yard line now, so it's 1st and goal to go from the 10. Bill, there's a snap, looking to his left, still looking, fires it to the corner of the end zone, wide open there, touchdown Tuskegee. Got a man, corner of the end zone for an easy grab for the touchdown.
Player with responsibility on that side for EW, D'Angelo Sapp, had an angle, just not quick enough on a great throw by Beal for Tuskegee for the 6.
So corner of the end zone, Bill finds a receiver there for the touchdown. Have it listed as number 83, but not an 83 on the Tuskegee roster. So we'll try to get the name of that player who scored the touchdown on the pass from Roquan Bill. Tuskegee gets the touchdown, though, on the first possession of the second half, and they knocked through the extra point as well. So the score now after the touchdown and PAT for Tuskegee, Edward Waters 13, Tuskegee 10. Here come the Golden Tigers back at it after the timeout.
Attention fans, be a part of history by placing an advertisement in the Tuskegee Football 100th Homecoming Game Program. Whether it's a business card size, 3.5 by 2, quarter page, half page, or full page ad, you can showcase your support for our Golden Tigers. Prices start at just $100. For more information, scan the QR code on the screen or visit GoldenTigersports.com. Don't miss out on this special opportunity to celebrate Tuskegee's 100th homecoming.
Back live here at the Jungle. Edward Waters, Tuskegee with the touchdown and the kickoff now. Johnny Jones on the return, and man, he's wiped out near the 16-yard line. Good open field tackle there on the kick. Down the field was Marcus Grayson, and he lowered the boom on Jones. Momentum becoming contagious for Tuskegee there. That was a big hit by Grayson on the return.
Also give credit to Malik Moore down in punt kickoff coverage for Tuskegee. The Golden Tigers get exactly what they want on that first drive, scoring the touchdown, adding on the extra point. Now it's on the defense. If they want to keep the momentum, hold Edward Waters on this end of the field.
Yeah, 3 and out would be perfect here. We've identified the player in the corner of the end zone. It was KJ Law for the catch from Bell for the touchdown. So Law, with his first TD of the season, cuts into that Edward Waters deficit. They dump it out in the flats. This is Rayvon Moore with the catch for Edward Waters, and he's pushed out into their sideline after a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the little pitch catch and run by Moore.
Once again, Malik Moore for Tuskegee on coverage on the right side. They list him as a linebacker, but Malik Moore plays more like a safety defensive back, more of a hybrid type of player. He's all over the field.
2nd down and 5 for Edward Waters. They'll keep it on the ground. Moore kept it in its belly, turns it upfield, got past the 30. That's enough for an Edward Waters first down. So got it up to the 31. Good ball fake by Keith Moore, the quarterback for Edward Waters.
Late in the second quarter, Charles, Edward Waters had success on the dive plays inside, able to carve out space in that middle of the Tuskegee defensive line. Let's see if they make corrections.
1st and 10 now. This time they'll leave it in the belly of the running back and wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. On call there, Mark. Tuskegee with a good surge up front to pull down Jatarius Thomas, that is.
Give credit to Kaquan Kimber of Tuskegee, the linebacker, shooting in the gap that time with a huge play for a loss.
They lost 4 on that play. That's exactly the direction Tuskegee wants to be sending them. Spread formation now for Moore. They go right to left. They face 2nd and 14. We're at 7:40 left in the third. Tuskegee scored on its initial possession in the second half.
Watching number 99, Terrence Mays for Tuskegee. He's 6 foot, 295. Seemed to be laboring a little bit after that last play. He's lined up on the left side.
Fair snap, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Tuskegee surging on that play. And that looks like the Pack has pushed that football enough for the first down. It was Brady Tillman on the carry. But you credit that to that offensive line for Edward Waters for just dragging him past the point that they needed for the first down.
EW ran right at Rays. Gerald Culbreth for Tuskegee going off the field. He lost his helmet, has to sit out a play.
First down pickup by Tillman and Edward Waters. They're at their own 30-yard line, football resting in the middle of the field. 4 up front for TU. And slots either side for Moore and Edward Waters. Wells at the corner trying to break it there. Instead, Moore slides up, steps up, wrapped up from behind, dragged down from behind. But that's after he picks up 7 yards on the scramble up the middle. Stop made that time by Mays. Just called his name for Tuskegee, running from behind that play to catch up with Moore.
Also, Javion Miller for Tuskegee in on the tackle. The defense gets a tremendous stand, bringing up this 4th and 3 for EWU.
So they will bring on the punting unit and Riley Williams to punt it away, the number 2 kicker in the conference. And Justin Stith will return for Tuskegee. He's already had a good kick return in this ball game. High kick by Williams. Stith, he'll run this one back, though. Back pedal, squeezes at the 10. Looks for a block. Hit fake, slides up the middle, spins off one block, and wrapped up there. Now near the 15-yard line.
Stith did an excellent job to field that punt. He's looking directly into the sun, which is setting to our right. Stith looking right at the sun, makes the reception, picks up about 5 yards after the catch.
Nice job by him to manage that return. Line of scrimmage will be right at the 20-yard line for TU. They scored on their last possession. See if they can't do the same on their second.
Also the challenge for Javion Beal, Raekwon Beal, the quarterback for Tuskegee. He's looking directly into the sun. You can see the long shadows at the feet of the players for Tuskegee.
Joined in the backfield by Desmond Leverett from the 20. Tuskegee lining up double receivers here down at the bottom of the screen. One at the top. EW showing blitz. They stumble on the handoff to Leverett, but Leverett able to regain and get some positive yardage for Tuskegee. Slipped initially, got up off of the surface, and runs it for about an 8-yard pickup for Tuskegee right side.
Leverett stumbled, literally took a knee after he took the handoff, got his balance with his man down for EWU right at about the 35-yard line.
Looks like it's Stephon French, the sophomore defensive back for EWU.
French appears to be working out a cramp in his left leg. We talked about the high temperatures here in Jacksonville, predicted to be at 85 at kickoff. I would say it's a little bit warmer. Fortunately, there's a bit of a breeze during this third quarter.
So French is able to get up and head toward the EWU sideline. But you compound that by that turf being here and it bringing in a little more heat. It can be kind of deceptive up here where we are. It's warm down on the field. Typical Florida day. 2nd down and 2 after the impressive run by Leverett on the initial slip to get it up to the 28-yard line. They bring a man in motion. They go back the other way to Leverett. Leverett wrapping up that football past the 30 down to the 31-yard line for the Vibes Restaurant first down.
Now, although Leverett picked up the first down, that wasn't either a clean handoff as well. Leverett seemed to grab at it a second time, kept his body weight moving forward. Huge first down for Tuskegee, keeping this drive alive.
From the 31-yard line, fresh set of downs. We go down to 4:54 left in the third period. 13-10 lead for Edward Waters. Tuskegee took it the length of the field on their first possession to start the second half. Beckford comes in motion. They keep it on the ground. Leverett wrapping up that football, keeping those big legs churning forward, though, and fights the pack all the way up to the 36-yard line.
Tuskegee having success running behind their big man, Sean Stitton, lined up at right tackle. Tuskegee back to the line of scrimmage once again. Now, again, running no huddle is one thing to keep the defense off balance, but your offensive linemen have to be in really excellent condition.
Indeed. Tuskegee known for practicing in that hot Alabama sun. See if that is an advantage for them here. Beckford slides the line again. Ball into the hands of Leverett. Leverett, second wave of the defense. Desmond head down past midfield up to the 47-yard line inside of EWU territory.
Desmond Leverett had his body weight moving so much forward. If he was able to maintain his balance just a bit, he might have carved out another 10 yards. Excellent run as it stands.
First down at the 47. Quick hitting play. Ball fake this time. Up the field. Brigman behind the defense. And no flag thrown on that. They were tussling near the sideline. That pass just out of the reach of Brigman downfield.
Brigman working against David Law Mortimer for Edward Waters, who had coverage right about the 30-yard line. Just to recap, Tuskegee does not go into a huddle. They get to the line of scrimmage. They line up, look to the sidelines, pick up the play call from the coaching staff. They'll run perhaps 10 to 15 seconds at the line of scrimmage.
Bregman down at the bottom of the screen lined up against David Law Mortimer for the Tigers of Edward Waters. See if they break that route off this time. They're trying that over-the-shoulder catch near the sideline. He's got some space if he breaks it off and snaps it back to the inside.
Single coverage up top.
They'll go on the ground 11 instead. Knocked out of the hole that time. Good surge by Edward Waters up front. That was Javon Miller, the freshman from Miami, sticking a nose in there and knocking down Leverett.
So here's a footnote for you, Charles. Garmin is working against Edward Waters' defensive back, Amir Adams. On that previous play, he had single coverage up top. I'm sure Garmin's going to take a note back to his quarterback and say, if you want to try me on that side deep, you might want to give me a second look.
3rd down and 10 here. Tuskegee got to get it to the 38 for a first down. Big play in this drive for TU. Snap, Bill, looking, fires. This one out of the reach of Brigman. Flag coming in at the back of that play. Wrapped up there real tight by Amir Adams, who just called his name, and Adams riding too tightly at the sideline.
Adams is a very aggressive defensive back. He was in coverage. We'll sort this play call out.
Bregman going to the sideline. Rest of the offense staying out there. Good indication that it was against EWU, and it was. So that's a Vibes restaurant via the penalty, and that'll put the football down at the 37-yard line, or make it the 38. So Golden Tigers keep that football and the drive alive, trying to get ahead in this football game, trailing 13-10, 2:51 remaining third quarter to play. Kamoku joins Leverett and Bill in the backfield. They'll run it right side. Kamoku leading with the block. Everett had his legs clipped from under him as he tried to turn it back to the left. Got about 2 falling ahead.
Charles, my sense is Tuskegee may try French once again. He's lined up single coverage. He's a very aggressive technique defensive back. If they can get him to bite on a play fake, might be able to get the ball behind him.
Recall when Edward Waters scored on their pass, they were running tight in the middle to soften that defense up, looking for the run. Good time here for Tuskegee to do the same thing. 2nd down and 8.
French is only about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Morris in the backfield with Bill. Kamoku up there for blocking. They're going to go in reverse. Pitch to Morris. This time, last weekend, he tried to throw it out of that position. This time, he's chased out of bounds toward the sideline, and a loss of about 3 on that play.
That pitch had a sense of a little bit of indecision about it. You could see Bill look to the runner to his right. Didn't make a really forceful pitch. It was almost like he was ready to change his mind on that play.
And I was feeling that, no, Johnny, don't throw it, please, whatever you do. He didn't throw it, but he ran it toward the sideline. Very reminiscent to the play last weekend.
This brings up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd, and they got to get it down to the 28 to keep the football. Spivey joins Bill in the backfield. Play clock at 6. They got to get going here now. 3, and they'll get the snap away. Bill in the pockets, backpedaling, now steps up a bit, got some room, ranges up the middle of the field, can run for the first down, slides, dives, it depends on the mark here. Oh, they're going to put him down well short of that. They got his knee down near the 30-yard line, but the line judge is coming in. He'll probably have him near the 29, but they got to get it to the 28.
This could be 4-down territory for the Golden Tigers.
Well, you don't see that offense coming off of there. It was flagged, though. You won't have to worry about it. It's against the defense. That's an automatic first down. Didn't see the flag at the back of that play. Tuskegee will take it in any way they can get it. At the beginning of your broadcast, you said somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. Edward Waters loses on that penalty. Tuskegee gains.
Edward Waters, very generous
Very.
with penalty calls that go to the favor of the Golden Tigers.
So that'll push Tuskegee inside the red zone. Down at about right at the 15-yard line. So they can get another first down before touchdown. Spivey joins Bill. They keep it on the ground. Spivey slides right side, back to the defense now, and they surge him backwards. Inside of the 15, going to put us forward progress, stopping near the 11.
Tuskegee's trying to run behind LeBron Merriweather, the last-minute replacement at center, and Sean Stitt, who had a double-team block. had some space, but this brings up a 2nd and about 6, or I say 7, for Tuskegee.
16 seconds left in the third. Likely get this play off before the break. We'll see. Lineman lining it up as if they're going to run this play. 2nd and 7. There's the snap on the ground. Bill looking, crossing man in the end zone, back of the end zone, and he overshoots him. He had Beckford wide open at the back of the end zone. Instead of drilling it there, he tried to float it, and he floated too deeply.
Beckford working against Amir Adams had exactly what they wanted as Adams tried to undercut the route, and the pass to the middle of the end zone was about 2 yards too high.
That one goes incomplete. Tuskegee scores in the third, but they still trail it 13-10 as we go into the fourth quarter here at the Jungle at Edward Waters University. Take a time out on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Final 15 minutes just ahead.
Attention Golden Tigers fans. The historic Morehouse Tuskegee Classic is returning to Columbus. Join us on Saturday, October 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern as the rivalry returns to A.J. McClung Stadium for the first time since 2019. Tickets are on sale now at the ticket office, on campus, and online. For more information, visit GoldenTigerSports.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Thank you to President Dr. Mark Brown. We're back to live action here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Tuskegee into the fourth quarter, trailing 13-10, but down inside the red zone in the Edward Waters end of the field. They face a third down.
Charles, the chain gang is just now getting to their spot on the far sideline after that timeout between quarters.
That's a long hike from one end to the other. Hot weather as well. Tuskegee with a golden opportunity right in front of them here. They missed on a pass to the end zone to collect on the 6. They face a third down now. They can get a first down near the 5-yard line before touchdown. Bill, he'll take the snap, looking to his left. Now checking off, slides the line. Got a man, corner of the end zone. That's no signal given. Now they finally get a touchdown in the corner. They got it to Spivey circling out of the backfield. Spivey sitting down just in front of the pylon to collect the dart thrown from Bill for the touchdown.
Give credit to Elliott Howell, the offensive lineman for Tuskegee, as Beal was rolling to his right. Howell stayed with his block, giving Beal enough time to throw. He makes the completion at the 1. The receiver rolls in for the touchdown for the Golden Tigers.
Ronaldo Spivey Jr. with the grab at the corner. Tuskegee grabs the lead, 16-13, as Ryan comes on to try to point after. Place kick is drilled by Ryan. Tuskegee leading it now 17-13. Back-to-back touchdown drives by the Golden Tigers. Take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Aaron James, head coach at the Tuskegee University. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Clearing holes.
What was once a very moribund sideline in the first half is all of a sudden animated as the offensive linemen for Tuskegee have made a difference in this third quarter.
Back-to-back touchdowns. Ryans with the kick. High kick by Ryans, backpedaling on the return. That'll be Tillman. Tillman, middle of the gut, looking for some space. Runs into 2 Tuskegee defenders instead, and they put a hack on him right there near the 15-yard line. It's contagious. Another open field tackle by Tamarcus Grayson on special teams.
Grayson was the first player down the field, 6'3", 220-pound fresher out of Jefferson, Alabama. Tremendous coverage for Tuskegee Golden Tigers.
He's not just wrapping it up when he gets down there. He's lowering the boom. Did that on Tillman. Tuskegee with his wind at its back after the 2 touchdowns now. See if they can't carry this over on the defensive side. 3 and out and grab that football again. Make a punctuation statement with another touchdown. I know I'm way ahead of myself. A lot of football left with 14:44 left in the ball game. Moore lines up in shotgun. They bring a man in motion. Misdirection, they run it on the ground. Nothing going there. 3 or 4 white jerseys and crimson pants knocking down the defender behind the line of scrimmage. Thomas had nowhere to go.
Credit to Javion Miller and Malik Moore. Deep in the backfield for Edward Waters, bringing up this second down. A loss of yardage. Second down and 13 appears to be coming up.
That's exactly the direction Tuskegee's been pushing them for most of this second half. They did it on that play as well. Moore looks to the sideline. Play clock at 12, working its way inside of 10 now. 4 up front for Tuskegee. They threaten a man at the corner on an angled blitz, and he's coming at it. Moore fires across the middle. Catch made there, but wrapped up immediately. Good defensive work in the secondary by Adian Glover for Tuskegee.
Adian Glover was lined up in actual press coverage that time. He was only about 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. Very aggressive on that play call.
Good drop by him on that play to make that stop after the catch.
Got to have a lot of confidence to play that type of coverage, because if your man gets beyond you, it's only the safety between you and the end zone.
Absolutely right. You talk about confidence. You're right. He was so tight on the coverage, the initial play, and was able to drop into that zone right away.
Got a player down for Tuskegee, taking a knee right over the ball as both teams are bringing their players to the sideline. Looks like one of the linemen for Tuskegee suffering from a right cramp.
I think it's Gerald Colbreth for Tuskegee. Colbreth up front.
We've had the benefit of a bit of a breeze here in our open booth, but the players down on the field have been playing really under tough circumstances on this Jacksonville summer day.
Yeah, that is Colbreth coming toward the sideline. A senior from Atlanta, transferred into Tuskegee from West Florida. So he's able to jog that one off and head to the sideline. And we're down to 13:31 remaining in this football game. Edward Waters defeated Tuskegee at homecoming last year. And Tuskegee coming into this ball game with the weight of their shoulders of winning their first ball game of the season and trying to avenge that homecoming loss. Right now leading it 17-13.
Tuskegee only running 2 down linemen.
Moore slides a man in motion. That's Jones. He'll look that way. A crossing route thrown high, and Rossi Grimes almost lined up there for an interception. Moore missed his man on a crossing route, threw it high, and Rossi almost there for the pick. Instead, it'll bring up 4th down for EWU, and they'll punt it.
Defensive alignment for Tuskegee daring Edward Waters to throw into coverage. Tuskegee had the extra man. Ball seemed to be tipped also at the line of scrimmage and might have made it float a little bit higher.
That'll bring up 4th. Williams set to punt it for EWU. He'll stand near the 5, headed probably at about his 10. Justin Stith stands at the 34 other end of the field. High snap, he got it away though. Line drive kick. Stith is going to watch this one bounce. Won't try to return it. It'll roll upfield. Outside winding as Edward Waters will try to pull it down. They'll have it at the 40. Tuskegee back in business on offense from their own 40-yard line.
Now's the point in the game. You got to be thinking ball control. With 13 minutes and 14 seconds remaining, Tuskegee would like nothing better than to have a time-consuming drive, eat up about 5 or 6 minutes, keep their defense on the field.
Absolutely right. And the added benefit of a score. You can either get a touchdown or a field goal.
You're going way ahead. I'm just thinking clock right now. Don't even think score. Burn some clock.
17-13. Another score would give you the comfort zone.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. You're in a
Bill.
very greedy mood this afternoon.
Man, you said that EWU was giving away gifts with the penalties. Let's see if we can get something on the scoreboard as well. We've gone back-to-back on scores. Why not 3? Garmin in motion right side. Ball fake. They'll keep it on the ground straight ahead. And look at that. Creating the contact there is Chase Sellers, the junior. Sellers with his first carry of the ball game. He sold out on that one.
Sellers listed at 180 pounds, looked more like 230 pounds on that last run. But the most significant part, Charles, 5-yard pickup on first down.
2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line. This time it's Brickman in motion. On the ground, Sellers looks to the right side, beat one defender. Back of the secondary now, slides to the inside. And Chase Sellers making them chase him as he's down at the 39 now. First down for the Golden Tigers.
Sellers was picking his way at the line of scrimmage at the last possible moment. It darted to his right over the tackle for Tuskegee, picks up a sizable yards gain all the way into Edward Waters territory, as you mentioned, at the 39.
Sellers only 2 carries for 7 yards before today's ball game. He's already eclipsed that on 2 back-to-back runs as he runs this one for Vibes Restaurant, first down inside of the 40 as we look at one of the EWU players down at field level.
The thing you got to love about the Sellers runs, though, Charles, very decisive. There was no hesitation of where he was going to take the football. Once he got the handoff, he was going straight over right tackle.
And Mark, to your point, in the first half, we see Tyrese Williams going off the field again for Edward Waters, number 17. Saw him do that in the first half as well. He came back, and now he's going off once again. Tuskegee. 1st and 10 from the 39 of Edward Waters. 12:35 remains in the football game. Wind gusting just a bit here inside the jungle. Bill takes the snap. On the ground, gives it to Sellers again. And Chase pushing it up near the 41-yard line on that straight ahead run.
Sellers took the handoff and covered up with both hands, going straight ahead, head down, nothing fancy, but a 3-yard pickup.
This tandem of running backs for Tuskegee, we've seen Desmond Leverett with an impressive contribution to Tuskegee. Now we're seeing Chase Sellers do the same. 2nd down and 7, we'll call it. Ball at the 36-yard line. Here comes Bregman in motion left side. On the ground, Sellers got some room. Second wave of the defense again. Chase stumbles down inside the 30 at the 29. Vibes Restaurant first down for Tuskegee.
Once again, give credit to the block thrown by Sean Stitton that allowed Sellers to go straight ahead and pick up the first down.
Down to the 29. 11:27 remains. Tuskegee with a 17-13 lead, trying to add another. Whistles as Garmin goes in motion. Timeout taken by Tariano Morgan, head coach of Edward Waters. Pressure just too much for them at this point.
So you talk about the body language. Sellers that time, right before the whistle was blown, you can see him flex just a bit because he's getting a taste of his first consistent action this season. He's trying to tell his coaches, okay, you see what I can do. Give it to me again.
Sellers, a big part of that Tuskegee offense a year ago, just has not had many snaps here in the 2024 season. And now that he seemingly is back on track, he definitely will be a part of that mixture going forward.
No better way to make a case for playing time than to have a few clutch runs in the fourth quarter when it really matters most.
Indeed. This entire Tuskegee team has just really stepped up in this second half of play, much like the way we saw at Grambling out in Louisiana.
Well, Charles, in Grambling's case, it was the defense. This afternoon in Jacksonville, give credit, give extra props to the Tuskegee offensive line.
No doubt about it. They have done a great job after coming out of halftime. Just took command of that line of scrimmage. Still doing so with 11:19 remaining here in the football game. Tuskegee up by 4. Down at the 29-yard line of EWU. Quick reminder that we are going to be back with coverage of Tuskegee next weekend from Columbus, Georgia, in the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic, the 85th version of that classic. Teams met first in 1902 in football play, and it's always a good time when that classic is moved back to Columbus, Georgia. First and 10 after the run by Sellers now from the 29 of EWU. Ball fake, Sellers, left side, second wave of the defense. The only thing that stopped him that time was slipping on the turf near the 20.
Sellers appeared to be attempting a cutback right about the 20-yard line, planted with his left foot and just slipped, but tremendous burst shown by Sellers on the last 3 runs.
They run that one behind Terrence Jordan and Sean Stithen left side, and those men up front cleared the way. Pickup of 9 on the play by Chase. On the ground, he'll handle again. Got some space right side, slides to the outside, bounced once, fights his way inside the 5, down near the 2 for Tuskegee. Sellers, just a one-man wrecking crew right now. Big hole right side. They ran it between Merriweather and Arrington, and Sellers found the space. Let's see if he can find one more yard for the touchdown. Tuskegee trying to go quickly, and an injured EWU player in the end zone.
Tuskegee's Golden Tigers, like sharks, sensing blood in the water on this last drive, got back up to the line of scrimmage. If not for the Edward Waters player prone in the end zone, they would have gotten another playoff.
Yeah, they were ready to go right away. Boy, they have just started the engine up here in this second half, and it is revving just fine.
And this is the point that I was thinking about earlier, Charles, the idea of pace. Tuskegee, in calling the plays at the line of scrimmage, they tend to be a little bit deliberate. What they've done on this series is, even though they're looking to the sideline for the play call, they're getting plays off in shorter time, and they're wearing down this defensive line for Edward Waters as a result.
Down to 10:26 left in the football game, so following your script to the letter so far, running off clock, and maybe getting close to that area where I might be right too. They might get to 6 as well. They're down at the 1. First and goal to go for Tuskegee at the 1-yard line.
This has been the Chase Sellers drive for Tuskegee. Would not be surprised to see them keep going to him until Edward Waters stops him.
Absolutely. Got to give him at least a shot for that touchdown run. They'll line it up and put it at the 2-yard line instead of the 1.
And watch Sellers cover up with both hands.
Tuskegee going to stack it a little bit to the left side as they go right to left on this drive, with bringing that tight end on the left flank. Brigman in motion, on the ground. Sellers behind the line of scrimmage, wrapped up once, still trying to fight ahead, but just way too many purple jerseys back there for Edward Waters. Yeah, they start that play a little bit deeper into the backfield there with the handoff to Sellers rather than letting him get to the line of scrimmage.
Play had more of a delayed draw play look to it, where they've been going with quick headers with Sellers.
Second down and goal to go now for TU. Glad you could join us on a Sunday afternoon. Golden Tiger Sports Network. Tuskegee trying to add to the 17-13 lead. Push the football back to the 4-yard line now. Second and goal to go from the 4. See if they don't use Sellers as a decoy on this one. Bill going to go under center this trip. On a reverse, they're going to give it to Brigman. Brigman looking for the corner. Slides in, trying to get to the pylon. Had his legs clipped from under him. They won't let him get in there. Didn't hit the pylon and knocked it on. Now they go with the signal. Brigman off the field of play, kept that football, tried to lunge for that pylon, got just enough of it with his legs to get the 6.
Here's what Brigman did, though. He had the ball in his right hand. At the last possible moment, he reached that elbow out as his feet were going out of bounds on the left corner of the end zone. Got the ball across the pylon. Touchdown, Tuskegee.
TU scores. Brigman in fine fashion at the corner, lunging with that right arm with the football for the 6. Here comes Ryan to try to add the point after. Low snap, they got it airborne, and Larkin takes care of the rest from there. Tuskegee back to back to back touchdowns here. Second half, they lead at 24-13 over the Tigers of Edward Waters. Take a time out here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go to you.
Back live here inside the jungle. And things are swinging in the jungle in the way of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They've had 3 possessions in this second half and scored on all 3. Look across the way down to our right, President Mark Brown in the corner enjoying what he's seeing. Tuskegee trying to kick this one away from the return, and they kick it out of bounds.
This is as animated as we've seen head coach Aaron James of Tuskegee all season. I mentioned running into him at the gym this morning about 9 in the morning. He may need to stick with that routine. He didn't do much. He came in, worked a little arms. You know, he was in the gym about 10 minutes. I looked for him, and he was gone. But he was just trying to clear his head.
Yeah.
You look at him on the sideline now, you can see that feel of confidence.
Yeah, got that energy flowing early this morning, and he is revved up from what he's seen here. Something he's probably been waiting for all season long, for that offense to really start clicking. We don't have benefits of stats here during this ball game, but it'll be impressive to see what this team has done offensively in this football game. Edward Waters back onto the football field now. They trail it by 11 with 9:05 remaining. This is where you want it. You want this game to be in the hands of that defense. 4 up front for TU. They're sending it at the corners. Moore trying to go up the guts, got some space. Moore, second wave of the TU defense, slides ahead near the 47-yard line. Tuskegee had Cameron Lewis trying to surge at the corner. And Tyler Wells from the Lions in this spot now at the corner. They're showing that trying to send those ends in to squeeze off any play at the periphery for Edward Waters. Moore forced to take it up the gut there with a good run by him. On the ground, ball fake, rolling through it. Got a man out in the flats. A catch is made by Moore. Bounces off one would-be tackler and another. And back near the 25-yard line and down near the 23 after a rugged run by Ravion Moore after the catch. Boy, just that quickly, Edward Waters trying to answer. They get a first down. Special thanks to Willie Streeter at Vibes Restaurant for opening up on a Sunday and staying open for later hours just so that folks in Tuskegee can listen to the ball game there. Left side on the carry by Edward Waters. That one snuffed out by that TU defense. We'll be at Vibes on Monday night for the Aaron James Coaches Show. You can join us. We'll be at 6 o'clock. Stop on by, talk to head coach Aaron James after this ball game, and headed into the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic next weekend. 7:42 clock running here inside Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Moore lines up in the backfield, joined by Jonathan Jontarius Thomas as well. Play clock at 5. Now Edward Waters with Jones in motion at 2. Bobble snap. Moore gonna go one-on-one. Got a man in the corner of the end zone. Tried to catch it from behind. And the coverage downfield. That football was knocked down by Adian Glover. Glover trying to catch up with that play. Better thrown ball. That's an easy 6 for Edward Waters. But Glover had a chance to catch up with it.
Glover was working against Devon Thompson, the senior wide receiver for EW, who was actually streaking down the far sideline. Also, Javion Miller for Tuskegee took a shot to the face. He's on the sideline now, starting linebackers. That's something to keep an eye on.
Third down here for Edward Waters. Clock pushed to 7:13. Tuskegee with a 24-13 lead. Edward Waters down at the 24-yard line of Tuskegee on a 3rd down and 9. Moore, that is. Pump fakes across the middle. Got a man there. Catch made inside of the 5-yard line. They sent that man out of the tight end spot. Sliding across was Kenville Thomas II, and he got the catch now near the 3-yard line.
Tuskegee brought Malik Moore on the blitz from his linebacker position. Moore is down right at the line of scrimmage right now. Just went down, seemed to suffer a cramp, but Moore on the previous play brought him on the blitz. He got there a little bit late, but now he's down. We'll see what happens as the clock is stopped with 6:54 remaining in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Moore just stopped in his tracks and just fell right to the surface. And that's what a cramp will do for you.
Well, you know, it's interesting. When he came on the blitz, he ran about 20 yards, and he was going back upfield. His legs just gave out as he was going back towards the huddle.
He's headed off to the sideline. He's an Iron Man for Tuskegee. It'd take more than that to keep him out of a football game. This is a man that's had a tackle in each of the last 24 ball games for the Golden Tigers. So now Edward Waters quickly trying to go from the 2-yard line. Tuskegee trying to reset after officials stopped play for the injury. Moore lines up in the backfield. Joining him, I think that's Desmond Brown back there with him at the running back spot. Jones slides the line left side, and they'll go that way. Instead, they keep it on the ground, twisting and turning. They got it into the hands of Thomas, and Thomas was wrapped up there. Tuskegee surging up front on that play.
Give credit to Kaquan Kimber of Tuskegee, first player to the point of attack to slow down Edward Waters. Clock is running. We're at 6:20 remaining in this ball game.
Second down, goal to go. They push him back near the 4. Good surge by TU's defense. Thomas again with Moore in the backfield. Got 3 receivers lined up to the right. Now they'll break that with Moore coming in motion. Back the other way, misdirection, ball fake. Moore raises, fires to the end zone. Jones is there. Did he get a foot in? No, out of play. He caught the football but could not keep the feet in before going out of bounds. So they went to their go-to guy there. Had him, just couldn't connect on that touch pass in the corner. That'll bring up third.
Ran out of turf in the right corner of the end zone. Tuskegee had excellent coverage. The ball was thrown where it had to be thrown. Just not enough space to make that reception.
Here comes third down and goal for Edward Waters. Tuskegee defense trying to answer again to stop them. They lead it 24-13. Packing it at the corners. Noah Holton, the sophomore linebacker, lined up at the corner, trying to see if he can't take a direct route to Keith Moore, the quarterback.
Terrence Mays back onto the field for Tuskegee. He's replacing Lance Watkins, who comes to the sideline.
Flags coming in here as a delay of game. Looks like that's going to be the call. We'll wait and see. So they got the timeout in before the delay of game. So Edward Waters takes the timeout with 5:47 remaining, and they take the timeout with Tuskegee leading at 24-13. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Here at the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. Third down goal to go for Edward Waters. Tuskegee with a 24-13 lead, trying to deny Edward Waters here with 5:47 left in the football game.
And this is the
Edward Waters going with the spread formation, Charles. Tuskegee has run as few as 2 down linemen.
Moore will line up in the pistol. Thomas joins him in the backfield. Jones in motion. Ball fake there. They clumsily do that. Moore is going to try to tuck it and run it. Slides back to the inside. Free. Tossed it. It's picked off in the end zone. He threw it right to Noah Holton for Tuskegee. Moore trying to throw it back into the field of play as he was tied up on the inside, into the field of play. He was knocked down, but he got rid of it. Threw it, the closest players, 3 Tuskegee defenders, and Holton comes away with the pick for Tuskegee.
Holton set up shop right at the goal line as the pass was floating his direction, made the catch, and Tuskegee's defense holds once again. I was holding my breath, hoping that they wouldn't get called for taunting because there was a little demonstration after the interception. But fortunate for Tuskegee, burn clock maintain possession.
Comes right down to what you were talking about in that situation. You give credit to that defensive line there for Tuskegee. They put the pressure on Moore there, forced him to dump that football.
And they did it with only 3 down
Sure,
linemen.
Exactly. Great work there by Tuskegee to deny Edward Waters. Now it's all about ball clock, handling that clock now. Busted play. They go back on the inside and pushing that pack. Look at Tuskegee just pushed it back forward, close to about a 5-yard pickup, just on a scrum.
Elliott Howell for Tuskegee, offensive lineman out of Atlanta, Georgia, lost his helmet on that last scrum. He'll have to come to the sideline. He's wearing number 58. This has been a very animated ball game after the whistle for both teams.
Morris on the carry for Tuskegee. He got 4 on that play. Just a quick review of the timeout situation. Edward Waters with 3 remaining. Tuskegee with 3 as well. Clock geared up now at 5:15. Tuskegee's series of first downs here. That's the winning ticket. Bill, he'll take the snap, drops fake, got a man across the middle on the crossing route. That's Montreville. Montreville out toward the sideline and has his legs cut from under him. But after a good deceptive play by Tuskegee, they are up to the 47-yard line on another Vibes restaurant, first down.
Montreville on the crossing pattern made the reception at the 35, tacked on another 12 yards on the run after catch. Nothing fancy, but they caught Edward Waters in bad coverage.
Mark, and that just really is a testament to what confidence will do for you. When your offense is seemingly clicking now you can break that rhythm a little bit, and in that situation with a ball fake, you got a receiver wide open there crossing on the middle. That worked to perfection. 1st and 10 for Tuskegee. On the ground, looking for some room. Mars, nice stutter stepping back to the inside for Tuskegee. 6 yards on that pickup. Much like Sellers, Mars showing that quick feet and just dancing at that second level of the Edward Waters defense.
And what Coach Aaron James is doing for Tuskegee, he's keeping fresh backs in the ball game, rotating players in and having success against this Edward Waters defensive line that is slowing down just a bit.
Everybody's talking about that too, because you heard Coach James talking about it all season long in the early parts of the season, that we have a quadre of running backs that we can go in and out with and be comfortable with all of them. We're seeing it manifest itself this afternoon. Everett, Sellers, and now Morris back in there. Here comes Brigman in motion on the ground. Morris fighting past the first wave, flag coming in. That'll be a face mask likely. And look at Morris just still running in that offensive line, pushing him upfield up to the 40, perhaps down to the 39. Check the flag out. They turned him backwards, which is usually a good indication that's a face mask.
One thing that these Tuskegee running backs all have in common, if you can get them 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, they'll do the rest.
Sure.
It's making those gaps big enough for them to get past penetration.
And that's what we talked about, is that's what that offensive line is doing. They are getting them to that second wave of the defense this afternoon. After the assessment, that'll be an automatic first down.
Sean Stitton, the big right guard for Tuskegee, seems to be limping just a bit, but he's staying in the game and getting to the line of scrimmage. He'd like nothing better to finish this afternoon with a W.
Well, he can see 2 goal lines in front of him right now. Goal line to finish his ball game, and they're not too far from the goal line again for a touchdown. 3:13 remains. Tuskegee now just outside the red zone in the EWU end of the field.
Tuskegee using all of the play clock.
And fresh set of downs from here. 5 to snap. Brigman in motion. On the ground, Morris wrapped up at the line of scrimmage this time. Good defense by Edward Waters up front. Stop made by Jonathan Nesbitt, the junior, coming up from his secondary position to get in on that play.
Now, on this 3rd and long, Charles, there's no need for Tuskegee to try anything fancy. They can stay with the run game if they want. You might even think 2 downs at this point of the field.
They got it down. Football marked at the 25-yard line.
Don't listen to the PA address.
No, really, where is he? Right? I don't see that ball at the 15. And we're facing a second down here. Pitch, Brigman, left side. Didn't fool very many people there. Wrapped up from behind. Flag coming in there. Edward Waters
That's a face mask all day long.
They're celebrating the face mask. Tuskegee is. Close call from my vantage point. They gather at the 32, the officials do. 2:10 left.
And I'm going to try to be as balanced as I can in saying that Edward Waters has some talented players, but they also have some very undisciplined players.
Yeah. If they look back at anything in this ball game that really swiped their momentum, it'll be those penalties for sure.
The face mask will give Tuskegee the football first and not much with 2 minutes to go.
And we've seen back-to-back face mask calls against Edward Waters here the last couple of minutes. 2:10 remains. Tuskegee on the verge of its first win of the campaign. Boy, you know that's going to be a joyous ride back to Tuskegee if they can hold this lead. Down in this football game. They'll put the football down near the 13-yard line. Edward Waters looks like they're taking a timeout here. Edward Waters took it with 2:10 remaining. Let's take our final timeout here during regulation as well on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
The Tuskegee Athletic Department would like to thank our corporate partners: Alabama Power, Alabama Department of Public Health, Booster Digital Display, The Home Depot, TNT Fireworks, Vibes Restaurant and Lounge, Wind Creek Casino and Hotel, and Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Their support enhances the educational and athletic experiences of all Tuskegee student athletes.
I'm Rolandus Rice, Chief Operating Officer and the Vice President for Student Affairs at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Ball game.
After the timeouts, players make it back out. Thank you to Dr. Rolandus Rice for his contribution to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Appreciate you doing that promo for us, as well as the president and everybody else that's strong supporters of GTSN. TU, we got you. And right now, TU got EWU. They lead it 24-13 and trying to add another here. 1st and 10 from the 13 of Edward Waters. Morris joins Bill in the backfield. Garman flanked out down at the bottom of the screen. On the ground, Morris wrapped up there by Edward Waters. And they try to wrestle him down with some aggression there, but Johnny just refusing to go down. And now 2 minutes remaining in the football game. Stopping the clock with that 2-minute timeout.
This is a point in the game, Charles. If Coach Aaron James of Tuskegee has one message to his team, no matter what Edward Waters does out of frustration, keep your head about you. Just be cool. Do not retaliate. You don't want this game to get out of hand. You've got exactly what you want. You've got a 11-point lead with 2 minutes remaining. Stay poised.
Nice call. Quick reminder, our coverage of Golden Tigers football continues next Saturday from the granddaddy of all classics, the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic at 2 p.m. in the A.J. McClung Stadium in Columbus, Georgia. The 85th annual Tuskegee Morehouse Classic returns to Columbus after 2 years in Birmingham, Alabama. Kickoff begins with the two teams who played first in 1902. That kickoff is at 2 p.m., and we'll have the coverage for you right here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network with the pregame show starting at 1:45. From every play to every touchdown, GTSN will be there with all the action, and you know why. Because TU, we got you. Tuskegee with 2 minutes left in this football game, about to get their first win of the campaign.
This has been a different Tuskegee team in the second half compared to how they were playing in the first half.
Yeah.
Whatever Coach James said in the locker room, he needs to bag that, freeze it, and use it next week.
I'm assuming it's got something to do with the seafood down here in Jacksonville that finally got them going. After the timeout, 2 minutes left now. Bill lines up behind center. And Morris joins him there. They send a man in motion. That's Beckford on the ground. Don Morris spinning to the inside, and Johnny working his way inside the 10. And Johnny down near the 6-yard line for Tuskegee.
The beautiful thing about that run by Johnny Morris was the stutter step after he took the handoff.
Real high
he was looking inside, but he took the stutter step and broke it to the right, just over tackle, picked up decent yards, bringing up this 3rd and short. But that was a very artistic decision
Indeed,
by Morris.
No doubt about it. You saw it right away, too. Just kind of a high stutter step, too. 3rd down for Tuskegee. They can get a first down. Looks like it if they can get it down to about the 4. That will really burn that clock. Morris again slides the line, works his way down toward the corner. Still fighting, but they catch up with him, and they pull him down now. May not have gained anything because of that second effort got him back behind where he was initially.
Morris has that rare ability, Charles, to change direction without decelerating. He was looking inside again at first, decided to come to the near side to the left on that last run. It was surprising that he carved out as much yardage as he did, bringing up this 4th and short. But Tuskegee, with the clock running, that's exactly what they wanted.
Hey, they're going to bring on Larkin Ryans now for the field goal with 41 seconds left. Larkin's already hit 1 field goal in this football game, trying to tap on another here. I know his parents, Neil and Norda, somewhere in Limerick Island, maybe made it back home and watching or listening to this football game. They're loyal listeners on our YouTube coverage.
Tuskegee's going to take the delay of game.
Why not? Run down as much as you can. They may have taken a timeout before that delay of game. We'll see if they got it in. Yeah,
okay.
They got it in right before.
Either way, They kept the clock rolling.
Pushed it all the way right down to the very end. So with 20, they'll reset the clock at 22 at the time Coach James took the timeout. But if you can come in and knock down this field goal, it's already academic at this point. But you got the punctuation mark there on this academic exercise if Ryan hits his field goal. Great second half of football by Tuskegee, offensively and defensively. Finally got them both meshing at the same time.
You talk about the road trip nature of this victory. Nothing better than getting a win on the road. And what you talked about, that bus ride home becomes a lot easier than after a loss. Players can celebrate. They've had a good weekend here in Jacksonville.
Indeed. So Allard to hold. Ryan's on now. This will be about a 24-yard effort by Larkin, well within his range. He's 4 of 6 on the season for field goals. Nice snap, kicked by Larkin, no question about that. Right through the uprights for Tuskegee. And Tuskegee doing things the right way here in Jacksonville this afternoon. They notch another field goal. They extend their lead to 27-13 on a team that they were chasing most of that first half. What a second half for TU.
You know, the scary challenge for Tuskegee in the first half was the speed of Edward Waters, but they have managed to keep Johnny Jones under control in the second half. Other than a attempted pass play into the end zone that was overthrown to Jones, he hasn't been a factor.
Yeah, nullified or neutralized him to a large degree. Officials trying to get Tuskegee's kick team out here to get things started. Everybody's trying to find the seafood restaurant now. And everybody's just bouncing out there for Tuskegee out onto the football field.
Well, this is the best Tuskegee special teams have felt all season.
Sure. You talked about Ryans in pregame with Coach Aaron James right there looking on. Steady performance by Ryans in this football game. Special team return units special this afternoon as well. So you got stars going all over the place this afternoon. Deep kick by Larkin. This one will sail to the end zone, and Edward Waters will have to run it from downs. Players tying it up near the 35-yard line.
Stay poised, gentlemen. Stay poised.
That's how you want to end this thing. Absolutely right. Coach Aaron James has taken off the headsets at this point. Is able to take it in and just enjoy it. The real somber thing about head coaching is you win this one, you get off the dime as it relates to getting your first win of the season, then it's right back to work because you got another opponent, and it's Morehouse this coming weekend.
Well, Charles, let's be real about it, though. This is Tuskegee. This isn't just a mediocre football program. This is a program that's used to winning. So to start the season 0-3 was not something that they were very familiar or comfortable with.
Indeed.
Coach Aaron James now can go into the off week and say, okay, we have something to build on.
Absolutely. Nice call. Nice call. We'll get a chance to talk to him directly from Bob's Restaurant on Monday night to get his insights and thoughts after this contest. Edward Waters runs it upfield, got it to the tight end, and he runs it up near the 36-yard line. I think that's Pope.
A wise man once said that winning is the best deodorant, and Tuskegee has brought the Old Spice this afternoon.
I like that, yeah. Quick snap. They go right back to the same play to the tight end. He's bumped out of bounds near the 47-yard line, and that's likely our last play of the football game. And it was. That expired the clock here inside the jungle. And Tuskegee comes from behind to win this one 27-13 over the Tigers of Edward Waters University. Just a great job by the Golden Tigers in the second half of this contest to win it. Take a quick break and we'll wrap things up here from Edward Waters University after this timeout on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Fans, join the Tuskegee University Athletic Department as they host the Golden Athletics Celebration, a special event in honor of the university's centennial homecoming. The celebration will take place on November 8th, 2024, from 8 p.m. to midnight at the Renaissance Hotel in Montgomery. As part of the historic 100th homecoming, the Golden Athletics Celebration promises to be an unforgettable evening, featuring a live band, DJ, complimentary food, exciting giveaways, door prizes, and an open cash bar. The event will bring together alumni, fans, athletes, and supporters of Tuskegee's rich athletic legacy for a night of entertainment and celebration. Tickets for the celebration are priced at $135 and can be purchased through Tuskegee University Athletics Department website or by scanning the QR code on screen. Join us for a night to remember as we celebrate Tuskegee's athletic heritage and 100 years of excellence.
Hi, I'm Aaron James, head coach at the Tuskegee University. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU.
And right you are, head coach Aaron James. Go TU, and TU did the going this afternoon. They won it 27-13 over the Tigers of Edward Waters University. And if you could see what we're seeing from up here in the booth, the entire team gathered on one knee down to our right at about the 25-yard line. Head coach Aaron James addressing the team right now, and standing in the shadows, athletics director Reginald Ruffing, and standing just in front of him, the 10th president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Mark Brown. So that's the scene they've been wanting all season long.
Charles, you know the job of president of any HBCU can be a thankless job, but there can't be a better feeling for new Tuskegee president Mark Brown to be in the middle of a winning huddle on the field in Jacksonville, Florida. He's celebrating as much as the players in uniform.
Now hugging Coach Aaron James, a long-awaited embrace between those two men after a Tuskegee win. And Tuskegee, trailing this football game, came out in the second half. On the first possession they scored, on their second possession they scored, on their third possession they scored. And that's the kind of football, you reference, Mark, that you are used to seeing at Tuskegee.
Well, you know what Tuskegee's got to be thinking and feeling right now is that's more like it. This is who we are. Those past three games were not us. This is the Tuskegee way.
Got a sense that that's the case, that you just felt that symbolism, that everything just kind of coming together in this football game and everything kind of working symbiotically for the offense, defense, and special teams as well, and a good win over Edward Waters. Tuskegee now at 1-3, finally got that first win of the campaign, 1-1 in the SIAC, and Edward Waters falls down to 1-4 overall and 1-2 in the SIAC. Edward Waters, after this ball game, this was the first of a 4 home game set for them with Tuskegee. Now they got Fort Valley, then Savannah State and Albany State right here in the confines of the jungle. So that could prove well for them in terms of that tough schedule that they have coming home here in Jacksonville. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, it's on to Columbus, Georgia next weekend, where it's the Maroon Tigers and the Tuskegee Morehouse Classic from Columbus, Georgia. And we know that's going to be a packed venue anytime those two teams meet, especially in that Tuskegee Morehouse Classic from A.J. McClung Memorial Stadium in Columbus after 2-year absence over in Birmingham. It's back to its rightful home, and we will be there with all the coverage on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Mark Lassiter, as usual, a joy working with you, my friend.
It's been a blast, and look forward to next week, and look forward to the rest of the Tuskegee schedule.
Indeed. Special thanks to Tuskegee University President Dr. Mark Brown, Dr. Rolandus Rice, Tuskegee University Chief Operating Officer, Executive Producer of the Golden Tiger Sports Network, Director of Athletics Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers, Chief Deputy Athletics Director, Tanya Lee and Stefan Smith in the Marketing Communications Department, and Jordan Benson. We send our condolences out to you, Jordan, for a loss of a family member or someone that you lost on yesterday, and we send our condolences out to you. Game Day Operations Manager Nick Brown, always an outstanding job by him, and to our production team, second to none, Lisa Barnett and Marcus Barnett. Wonderful job with the covering. To our field producer, not here today with us, but Malachi Ards, and to the other members of our broadcast crew, Mark Lassiter here with us afternoon, Simone Stanley joining us down in Columbus next weekend for the full complement of the trio as we cover football next weekend in Columbus. Till then, Charles Boyd, on behalf of everybody here with the Golden Tigers Sports Network, saying thanks so much for joining us from Jacksonville, Florida. We're down in Columbus, Georgia next weekend with more Tuskegee football. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.